What's up, everybody? You already know who I am. 100 Intro Media Gaming, man. What's going on? What's going on with everybody? Just got in from the office and shit. Um, they sent the link. I don't know if this is you, but let me come on. Sit down. We got Triple Cup Chuck in the house. You know, I'm trying to bring some of my compadres, some of the illest people on the interweb. Hang on, let me see if I can cut Chuck up. I can hear. Yeah, we up in this people trying to see if he about come in here. Like I said, y'all ain't checked out. You know what I'm saying? GRG last week. No, I wasn't there because I got called into the office late. And I didn't want to jump in on late. I didn't want to jump in late. And and they was having interesting points. So, shout out to my man Thomas Franks in the building, always supporting. That's a real good brother over there. Hang on, do I got some headphones on me? Give me 2 seconds on here. Grace. All right, I'm right. Back and back.
Yo,
This
what's good
off
with it, Bone?
real quick. Where did it come out? Oh shit! Forgot these damn things twist. There we go. There we go. There we go. Let me plug headsets in so I can hear.
Yo, we're good with it, Bone.
Oh shit! Okay, I can be able to hear it now. Oh, that's loud. What's up with you, Chuck? Are you up?
Yeah, you can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. I couldn't hear you because I was on my laptop. I don't
Okay.
care about hearing myself, but no.
Yeah. I ain't know if it was mine that was messing up. I'm still saying, man, you get me now? What about now?
Uh, Usually I cut. I didn't want to plug up the. I had a phone and it be echoing. I just went to grab me some headsets real quick. Big thing. So what's going on with you, Chuck?
Shit, cool and I. Shit, been on the grind, getting it in extra. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? Shit.
yeah, I feel you. Feel you. Trying to see if I could wait on my man Heat Bop real quick. If not, we just gonna go on and push it.
Right, right.
We gonna push it, everybody. Like I said, shout out to the Thomas Franks. That's the boys support all the channels. What's up with your Zinc? That's my other brother. He always support the channel.
We live?
Yeah, we live. Yeah, we
I
live.
didn't even know we were live yet.
Oh, now we live. That's why I said, hang on, let me get my thing. That's why I thought C-Bot will see it pop up on his phone, but
Oh, yeah, I been in.
yep. What's up with you, Hand Gamer? We're gonna wait about like 2 minutes. And y'all go by my man Triple Cup channel. Got the Heroic Vibration podcast. You know what I'm saying? They talk all about the video games and the
We be
movies, Marvel.
we be all on that up shit. Bone, you be in there too? Matter of fact, you
Yeah, I
might
be in
well
there.
be a member. You there all the time too.
What
You
up with
know
you,
your
Stu?
shit. You know your shit. Hey, shout out to the chat, man. I can't see the chat right now. I'm finna get into the chat in a minute, but shout out to everybody in the chat, man. It's Triple Cup. I'm up. We doing this here.
And he about to say he on his way, so
Shit,
he
yeah.
on his way. Try to put it out. Try to get some of the compadres on. So it ain't got this on here, my perspective on every damn thing. Man, this APA ain't that good. Cause I don't know what my brother was talking about.
What
Shit
you
too
talking about?
dark. This beer, got this. He out here from Seattle and got this beer in my refrigerator. Said it was fire. It got too much of a dark taste. But yeah, so we can go on. He said he gonna be here, so let's go on and start it. Chuck, how you feel about the Microsoft gave the publishing rights back to Remedy games. Was you upset? Was you appalled by it? Were you ready to say fuck Xbox?
I was none of the above, man. I was hearing a lot of people they was talking about now it's gonna be a PlayStation exclusive. Like Remedy been saying it from the get go. They trying to do multi-plats anyway, so it ain't gonna be no PlayStation exclusive. I don't know why people keep saying or keep playing Chicken Little and shit. You know what I'm saying? So they people I'm looking at they saying, oh, Alan Wake is being released from Microsoft. Now Remedy got it back. They gonna go with PlayStation. Like that's their first option. They didn't even go with PlayStation with control. So they, you know what I'm saying? I doubt if they do it with Alan Wake. I think Microsoft like, hey, we got too much on our plate right now to even be dealing with Alan Wake. You know what I'm saying? And then Remedy wanted the IP, and you know how Phil Spencer is. He not trying to hold games from gamers, and that's a game he looking like. Well, we can't really do nothing with it. We have our own version of by Quantum Break if we ever want to come back and revisit. You know what I'm saying, that type of genre. So why not? You know what I'm saying? Give it back to Remedy. I mean, a move like that could have been so on point where you know what I'm saying Microsoft might get a little bit of extra on top of that by because you know what I'm saying every Remedy fan been asking for Alan Wake forever. I mean, ever since almost the Undead Nightmare, the one that came out for the
Yeah,
360.
yeah, the one that went straight to arcade.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So, you know, Remedy been wanting to make that's the whole purpose because I was saying they pitched the Alan Wake 2 before the Quantum Break, and then the Microsoft. They to me, what I seen was my downfall when I seen what's name? Oh, that Blair Witch Project. Man,
Mhm.
that that right there. When I seen that Blair Witch Project, I thought for sure that was
Oh,
Alan
Alan Wake.
Wake. Man, that was the big, you know what I'm saying? Because if they would have capitalized on that, you know what I'm saying, they could have actually had a lot of people hype for E3 this year. But that was you know what I'm saying, that was a missed opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I'm not tripping because if Remedy get it, that means thank you. They finna make a game out of it. So that's a game that we probably wouldn't have had for years and years and years that we could better experience, you know what I'm saying, probably 2022. But you know what I'm saying, knowing Remedy, they probably already got the idea, already mapped out. They just been waiting on the green light.
Yeah, well, with people on the side, I hate when they say people. I saw people on the interweb today, and they were just complaining something about like Microsoft gave it to them. No, Microsoft sold it to them. You know what I'm saying? They got this sold to them, so they bought it. They have to come out some money for that. So even IGN said don't expect no Alan Wake Part 2 right now. They still working on Control, and then Remedy is known for taking 4 to 5 years to make a game.
I mean, but the thing about it is that's how they. Well, yeah, I could say about 4 or 5 years,
Yeah,
but you know
but
they
they
can come
take their
out
time.
faster now than what they used because it was like what every 10 years, damn near looked like they put out a game.
Yeah, like and especially they slowed down when when they lost what do you call it, the Max Payne, saying IP, saying. But I love Alan Wake, but Alan Wake wasn't like it's a cult following to certain people. Like a lot of people I was seeing bitching, complaining, ain't never played Alan Wake.
Yeah, see, they know what it is. They don't know how to market that game right. Because when I see it, this is what I see is a man walking around with a flashlight, seeing shit, and then when he turn around, they disappear. See, that's how they market the game.
When I didn't get Alan Wake on the 360. I didn't play Alan Wake until this gen. I saw it, but I didn't have the time. I wasn't having the time. I was still in the streets and shit. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
From chicks and shit. I wasn't sitting there like, okay, I'm gonna have me a night of game. If it's a night of gaming, it's Madden or something. Uh, but uh, when I played it, I was hooked. Like I played American Nightmare first because that's when they gave it away for free and wasn't supposed to give it away for free. They were doing the backwards compat, and it was a little loop. It was a loophole, and I jumped on that loophole and got American Nightmare for free.
Right, right, right.
Uh, and I played it. And I said, okay, I got a taste of this. When I played um, Alan Wake, I said, okay, this remind me of that show Twin Peaks. But a lot of people don't even know what Twin Peaks was. They didn't know that was like a little horror type of show.
Oh yeah, talking about the old
Yeah,
school Twin
also,
Peaks.
yeah.
Yeah,
But see, that's what it's
the
based
'80s
off
movies
of.
or something like an
Yeah,
'80s movie.
they got an age moving. Yeah, and that's what it's from. That's what it is. The games. That's what you know. and it got a little of misery in it because he a writer, he a typer, and he ta ta ta. The gameplay is unique because you need the batteries, you need the flashlight, and the harder you get, the more monsters get. They come out of it was different type of enemies. You got people walking up. You're looking for your wife. I think I'm close to the end of both of them. But it's a good game. But the story it's not action based every 5 minutes.
Yeah, see, I think that's what the biggest turnoff was. See, it's hard to go from Max Payne to Alan Wake. Max Payne is you run, you jump, you gun, and you shoot. You know what I'm saying? And Alan Wake, I mean, me personally, I don't find it. I'm not hating against the game. I got actually half the game. Matter of fact, I got it with Quantum Break, but it just don't have no interest to me. So I'm on the board of like, what I'm saying, I would have loved to seen it if they would have remade it and they would have came this generation here to get me hyped about it to make me want to play it. But the way they show it, I just had so many games and I look at that, it don't have that. It don't have that effect to it. Like oh, like saying the code filing because they need to play and they enjoy the game, but it don't have that jump out appeal like play me, check this out. It don't have that feel to it. It's just like one of them games where if you ain't got nothing else to play, you stumble across that, then you find out it's a good game, then you get it, then you get invested into it all word of mouth like you say, but a flashlight just walking around. I mean, what's that game on the PlayStation 5, Death Stranded? You know how they
Yeah.
bad representation? They look like you just carry stuff people around like UPS. That's how that game Alan Wake made me feel like you just holding a flashlight and you just looking around. I even try to look at some people on YouTube. I said, man, boring.
But
And
see, it don't appeal.
I
It
played
don't appeal to everybody. That type of game don't appeal to everybody. I don't care if you say you're a hardcore game or whatever. I know, like Lemon told me, I just got off the phone with him. He told me he beat the game 5 times. That's how much he enjoyed it. But what other people's getting mad about, you don't even play it, and then that exclusive shit. I don't. Yeah, Control got some exclusive content, but I don't care. I don't even know. For me, Remedy kind of pissed me off with that type of shit. I don't know if I'm gonna get Control because it looks like Quantum Break to me with a girl.
I mean, yeah, that's what I that's but I that's Remedy. See, one thing that what you noticing is Remedy art style. I mean, they got a signature art style. What you seeing is their signature. Same thing they did on Quantum Break, and it was like on when it back on the 360. I mean, I can't really say that too much about the Alan Wake, but I can say about Max Payne 1 and 2. I said it kind of had that same art style to it. So any game that they make still, because they come running through this, that's just their signature. So I get what you're saying, but with Control, the difference is she not manipulating time. She like doing some telekinetic telepathic type stuff where she go make stuff levitate. I mean, from what I'm seeing, that she can make stuff levitate and probably could break stuff down and reform it or something like that. So that's much as they pretty much shown on the game though. So you can't really say if it's gonna be much like Quantum Break, at least not yet. But it
I
do
mean,
it do
I
gonna
saw
have
the
the
way
same
she
feel
wanted,
though.
the way she was running around like she was, like you do in Quantum Break, you hold RB, you can run around and sneak up on people. Um, Somebody told me it's in the same universe of Quantum
Yeah.
Break. So we don't know if something zapped her or something like that. But like I say, Microsoft still got Quantum Break, and people sitting there like, well, why? You forgot Remedy takes their time. I remember when Quantum Break was supposed to come out. They said nobody rushes us at all. Nobody. Not even Microsoft. Nobody. We're gonna finish. We're gonna do it on our time. How we want to do it.
Right, right.
So if you think you're gonna get a part two real quick, nah.
I don't know. I think right now though, because when what his name Sam Lake when he had came out on his Generation Hill and they was talking about Quantum Break and he was saying about like that was the first time on it you know what I'm saying? It was something that they said that he had did, but now it was something about the engine. Yeah, that's what it was. They got a new engine and something about the engine they got. That's why it took so long for Quantum Break. But now they could be able to pump games out within 2 to 3 years. Now this was out of Sam Lake mouth when he said that because at least he said it could cut the time in half because they could pump them out faster. Probably because what the internet was using was probably a headache, and now this kind of like complements all the stuff they do because they make the same type ish games where like stuff start moving around, everything around you, or something slow down, or stuff like that. They always make those type ish games.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, there we go.
There he is. He
There we
back.
go.
Jesus
He
Christ.
bot.
Dímelo.
What's up with you, he bot?
Nada. Just like always, just how it is. Going through some stuff, but trying to handle it and one day at a
Yeah,
time, bro.
and we live.
Uh-oh.
We can't make it be like doing it live.
Um,
Doing it live. We doing it live.
so how you feel about the Microsoft selling the rights, not giving it, selling the rights, the
Well,
marketing,
Alan Wake.
the publishing rights to
oh, you
Alan Wake.
asked. Why you asked Flip already or no?
Huh? Ask Flip what? I asked
Oh,
Chuck
you ain't
already.
there, feedback man. So what you think,
Yeah,
man? I
yeah, we
know.
live.
I,
Triple
I know
cup.
you. I know you
Oh,
got an
triple cup.
issue with this, huh?
What's going
Mhm.
on? Cup. What's going on, my brother?
I ain't nothing been cooling, cooling, cooling. Seeing
That's
all this
what's.
stuff that's going on, by seeing Bound going live, I'm feeling good. So I said, man, I'm gonna holler
That's right.
at y'all, man. I'm
It's
on. So
always
let's
it's
do this.
always like that when it's something Xbox related.
Yeah,
They
what you
keep
think about the
it.
people said I was gonna buy Xbox but Alan Wake is they not gonna have an Alan Wake 2. Man, I heard somebody say
Really?
that. Like
That's
literally, I
good.
was like, man, they really going with
That
that. Like, oh, that just give me more reason to buy a PlayStation 5 because it's gonna be a
that's a
PlayStation 5 exclusive. I'm like,
yeah.
oh, well,
That's
man.
fraudulent at its finest. Well, first of all, they could have been played out in Wake because it's backwards compat on the Xbox One X and Xbox One console. Period. And also, they could have been had it because it was given out for free. Plus, the game was about 10 or 15 bucks. Plus, there was no reason not to buy it before this
And it came with
re,
and it came with
r-
Quantum Break.
Yeah, it came
well
from Ray.
before this free this reacquisition. See, what people don't understand is that it is a difference between publishing rights and IP rights. Microsoft had the publishing rights because they put up all the money to develop the game and put it out on their console. So they published it through Microsoft Studios, right? And they put the money for Remedy to actually make the game, right? Just like they did with Quantum Break. The difference is they bought the IP for Quantum Break. So Quantum Break is not something they're just going to be like, oh, by the way, here, take this back. That's not how it works. And this is when the time was when the 360 era that, you know, Microsoft as a subsidiary uh, part of Xbox as a subsidiary part of Microsoft wasn't really being backed by Microsoft themselves. You know what I mean? This is when they were still treating them like they were kind of in the way, and they really weren't giving them the respect as as one of the parts of Microsoft as a whole. Now obviously it's a totally different story with all the money they've made and all the different things that they've done that's brought them success. Now Microsoft Studios and Microsoft as part of Xbox as part of Microsoft is looked at with the same type of value and respect as the Microsoft part of Windows and the Windows side of Microsoft. You understand what I'm saying? They're just as important. They're getting treated as important. That's why they gave them the money to start buying all the studios and making different acquisitions of different things. So I call bullshit. I really think if Remedy really wanted to make Alan Wake 2, now that they knew that Microsoft had money to spare and to spend, they could have easily said, yeah, we want to be acquired. We want to be part of the Microsoft family. We want you to fund this to make, another Quantum Break or another, Alan Wake 2. But they've been saying for a long time, it's always been he said, she said. When they asked them, oh, it's up to Microsoft. We're willing to do it. When they ask Microsoft, oh, it's up to Remedies, is when they want to do it, that we're up for it. So we really don't know the ins and outs and all the dirts, but we can't also assume. Obviously, you know, being that Microsoft had the publishing rights, Microsoft even on top of that paid them $2 million of royalty on top of giving the acquisition of the fucking Alan Wake. Okay, on top of that, so I really think Remedy just wants to be multi-plat. That's why they've been pushing really hard with that control because they started as a multi-plat developer with Max Payne, as we all know. Then they did Max Payne too, but in all honesty, Alan Wake, what it sold when it first came out, it sold what 198,000 copies day one. And then in 2015, they said it reached up to 4.5 million units on Xbox before it came to PC. And at that point, the game was $10, $15. At that point, the game was given out for free. At that point, you know, the game could have been bought. The diminished returns at that point. They didn't make profit off of that. You make profit only in the launch of a game when it's launched at the first time. So anything after that is diminished returns. It's just basically them trying to find an audience for the game, which is why they're using Game Pass as that that faction of putting games that really don't look like they have a standing chance in the industry by selling them separately to see if they gain some type of momentum and ground so gamers can find them, see if they're good enough and warrant owning them by purchasing them through Game Pass. That's why they're using Game Pass as that tool and that faction of putting games that normally people wouldn't just buy. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's working a lot in their favor for the developer and Microsoft themselves. When Alan Wake came out, this was a time where everything had to be bought straight flat out. But it's just funny to me how all these people are saying they care about Remedy now, or they care about Alan Wake, when they're the first ones that were saying that Alan Wake and Remedy was trash, that they overrated, that they suck, that Quantum Break was a piece of shit, even though it's better than anything on PlayStation today, because it's nothing on PlayStation as unique, different, and as diverse or even as groundbreaking as Quantum Break on PS4, as Quantum Break was doing things that was never done before. You know what I'm saying? So they give themselves away. All this rhetoric is just because it's in favor of their argument of Microsoft sucks. They don't care about their IPs, dude. None of us work for Microsoft or Remedy. You're gonna tell me with all the money that Microsoft has, you think that Microsoft did not approach Remedy at no point yet and told them, "Do you guys want to be owned?" They must have approached them, but Remedy doesn't want to be owned. They've been saying it for quite a while. We want to stay independent, just like Insomniac did, because they're trying to get that hit to make a money without them having to be owned. That's what they're trying to do. You know what I mean? Like Insomniac did when they got lucky to work with Marvel Games and do the Spider-Man with Sony doing the marketing, and they end up making a hit with the game when nobody played any other Spider-Man before that was just as good, if not better, because they did the same shit the new one's doing, but better. The only thing the
Hey,
new one
say,
did was, huh?
say he back. Man, my
Go ahead.
check this out. My little cousin, he was he played that Spider Man PS4, right? And I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
he was
yeah,
something. He not look he not a hardcore gamer. He at my house and I was playing that Batman the Arkham series, the one that from the Origin. I was
yeah.
playing
From
that.
Rocksteady, the one from
Yeah,
Rocksteady.
so
Hmm.
I'm letting him try it out because he never played. That's why I say he's a casual. And he got to playing and he didn't know what he was doing. And then he
That's right.
said, "Oh, this just like the Spider-Man game on PlayStation." And then he got to playing. He was
Okay.
like, "Man, everything on the PlayStation Spider-Man, they took a lot of things from out for the Batman game."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. A lot of it. As a matter of fact, it started with Amazing Spider-Man One. As you guys all know, I had this conversation with a certain someone way back that everybody tried to make into a different situation, which wasn't. And it was because I played all those games. I owned them because my boys also, I seen them play them as well. We owned them. And I said very clear, this new Spider-Man game wasn't doing anything different or new that the other ones like Shattered Dimension, Amazing Spider-Man 1, and Amazing Spider-Man 2, for example, that were more recent hadn't done already. They already did this and they did it better. The only thing it wasn't doing better, obviously, is that Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 were based off the 360 parameters. It was a AAA based off 360 parameters. Unlike the new Spider-Man, it was done with a brand new engine of graphical engine based off the new generation parameters. You understand what I'm saying? And it's supposed to look more realistic, more refined, and more, realistic in
Responsive.
scale. And that's what the difference was. But other than that, yeah, other than that, it pretty much didn't really do more than the other ones. Even in the combat in the other ones, like Shattered Dimensions, is ridiculous. You can fight on the walls, you can fight on the air, you can fight on the side of the buildings, you can fight on the floor. You could do 200 hit combos, 900 hit combos. It's retarded, and it still was a lower budget game. But our point has always been, fine, you could enjoy the new Spider-Man game. That's fine. I enjoyed it for what it was. But how are you going to talk about it like it's the only game that will waste the time of day if most of these dudes out here never even played them? You see what I'm trying to say, Triple Cup? It's like 100. 100 never played them, but he ain't going to lie and sit there and be like, yeah, I played them. It was all right, but I like the new one better. He don't do that. 100 tell you straight up, I ain't fucking played this shit. I don't give a fuck if I play this shit or not. I'll play it when I get the chance and it's $5. He keeps it real. He don't lie about it. You see what I'm saying? And that's the
Right.
difference with most of these dudes. They'll be like, yeah, that shit is amazing. And I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? They did that shit in the other one. Oh, the other ones were trash. You do realize that all the ones that Beanox did with Activision were all written, the stories, by Marvel Game Studios? Do you realize that? They were all involved with Marvel Games. It's not just the new one. The only difference is Activision didn't give them as much money as Marvel Games gave them with Disney for the new one. You see what I'm saying? That's the only
Right.
difference. And that's how you catch them out there. Then they get mad. Fuck you. You're just a corporate slave. You're just mad that it's not on Xbox. I'm like, dude, I got Amazing Spider-Man 2 on my Xbox. I can play it anytime. I've been told you. Remember, Cup? I told you if I find the game, I'll send it to you if you want. Remember, I was telling you because they delisted it
Right.
once Activision lost the rights, and you can't even find the shit. And now you go to the store, the new one has less value than the one that was on Xbox 3 one also. Amazing Spider-Man 2 cost $44 used when the new Spider-Man cost $20 new. And it's an older game. How did that make any fucking sense? You see what I'm saying? So, like this new shit is like everything else that's been going on, like we've been saying for ages.
Yeah, they just been
Now
hyping
that
it up.
Remedy owns, yeah, Remedy owns the license. That's great. That only means that we could get a sequel finally, because I really believe Remedy did not want to do the sequel exclusive to Xbox. I think they really want to do it multi-plat because they knew Xbox, or rather,
No, hey, no, but it
Microsoft
is,
and
no, that
Xbox
is
didn't
though, Levi.
own
I think
the
they just wanted to
IP.
make their own shit.
Yeah,
You
what's up?
know, Quantum Break is Microsoft shit.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
they
they
couldn't
wanted
really
to
work on
be.
Alan Wake because at the time, so they had dealing with Microsoft. They
Mm-hmm,
want to make
mm-hmm,
their own. That's why Control is like their own game. They
mm-hmm,
can put it on everything and they make it the way
mm-hmm.
exactly how they want to make it. And if they want to do
It's
a sequel
multi-plat.
for it, they could do it whenever they get ready. So when
Mm-hmm,
Microsoft probably wanted
mm-hmm,
to do a Quantum Break 2, Remedy's like, we could do
mm-hmm.
that, but we working on our project first. Then we might do that for y'all. So that's probably why that'd be on the
That's
back
right.
burner. And, all
Well,
this stuff here is just keep they sold
mm-hmm.
yeah they
They've
selling
been
selling
saying it,
stuff
Triple
like that
Cup.
back and forth. I mean people look at oh they said it. I
Mm-hmm.
mean that's good business overall. That's real good business because
Right.
if I'm
Mhm. Well, it's good for the game because now we could get a
right,
sequel if they didn't want to invest only on Microsoft. See, people don't understand. Alan Wake didn't sell on Xbox. 100 said it on Twitter. He said it best, and it's the truth. Nobody gave two flying fucks about Alan Wake. The game is
I'm
right now backwards compat. It's backwards compat for the last 2 years, and you see maybe three guys play it for the first time. When it's been available this entire time, you could get a copy of the game for like $7. And you're gonna tell me all of a sudden you care?
right, but
Really?
then you got to think about this here too. Look, Microsoft got all these projects. They got all
Mm-hmm.
this stuff going on. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
they was never gonna be able to get around to making an Alan Wake. Even if they wanted to make Alan Wake, that's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
so that'd have been so far on the back burner. But now by Remedy having it, the only project they really working on right now is Control. After
Yeah.
Control, they
Mm-hmm.
already got
They
it.
could make an Alan Wake too. Right.
Right. And
Absolutely.
on that and
Mm-hmm.
it shouldn't take as long because them doing the Alan Wake 2 is like, oh, they already know what they want to do. I mean,
Yes.
Sam they already put together the whole plot, the whole story about 10 times in his head, and they already got everything worked out. They just been waiting on the green light. So
Well,
that
remember
Alan
they
Wake
had
can
a
come out
build
faster than most people.
for the
Huh?
360
Right,
triple
yeah, they
cup.
had
I'm sorry, I didn't mean
exactly
to cut you off. They had a
Exactly, they
build for
did.
360, and then they canceled it because it was when the time again when Microsoft didn't have unconditional money coming in. Like they didn't have that freedom
Not,
of cash money
nah,
flow.
nah.
So
Microsoft wanted
they said no.
Quantum Break. They didn't want Alan Wake
Yeah,
2.
yeah, yeah. No, but I'm saying that at that time they didn't have cash money flow and they canceled it. And then when they started new generation, they said they wanted a brand new
Yeah,
IP, and
yeah,
that's when
yeah.
they
But
did
see, think
Quantum
about it.
Break. You understand? Microsoft wanted something new, something fresh, and that's why they did that. But that's why I said their Quantum Break can still get a sequel and still be the exclusive, but because they own the
Right.
IP. But they never
Yeah,
own Alan Wake. They own the publishing rights, which is completely different. And it was almost like my Remedy kept it on Xbox because it was principle, because they gave them the money to do the game. But until Xbox relinquished the rights of the publishing, they
Right.
couldn't do nothing about it if they wanted to make a sequel to make it
Right.
another game
Right.
and maybe and bring it on all platforms. You get what I'm trying to say? It was more of like of a principle type of deal. They kept it there as principle. Now that they gave them the freedom, like you said,
Exactly.
Microsoft is gearing up for next generation studios that they own because they
Right.
want
Right.
never to have to go through the bullshit they went this generation. I mean, let's break it down. 100. You there, 100 or what?
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
Hey,
Look,
say D bot, you know how I feel.
think
My bad,
about
you
this,
know.
Triple Cup. Think about this. Let's go down the list. They started the generation. The first people that they helped that got their backs turned by Sony was Respawn. That's how they made
Yeah.
Titanfall, right?
Yeah.
Then EA went and squandered them up when they saw the success of Titanfall, right? Because they had more money at the time because Microsoft still didn't have an open purse. Then they helped Capcom with doing Dead Rising 3. They completely funded it. That's why it stayed exclusive. But then when Dead Rising 4 came up, what did Capcom do? Oh, we want to make it multi-plat again. We'll just give you a year timed exclusivity. Boom. What happened? That Rising 4 in many ways is inferior to 3. Okay, because of the results of being multi-plat. Then what happened? They funded the people from Cuphead. How they got the game out. The game came out. It was a success. They told them, hey, if you want to bring it to the Switch, you can. Studio MD HR said, we don't have no plans to bring it to the Switch, but they asked us, and so we said, okay. They did the same thing with Moon Studios, Ori the Blind Forest. They felt them funded. They don't even own them either or the game, or I think they own the IP, but not the studio. And what happened? It had success. Now they're making a sequel. Same thing with State of Decay. It had success. They bought them. Now they own the developer and the IP. Then what they did? Tomb Raider. Crystal Dynamics came out. We couldn't make the second Tomb Raider without Microsoft's help because the first remaster didn't make no money. Even with the remaster, it wasn't enough. If it wasn't for Microsoft, we would never been able to make Tomb Raider 2. Tomb Raider 2 came out. It did well. Then what happened? Oh, we're bringing it to PlayStation a year later. When what happened with that? 3 came out. It didn't have the same success because people didn't care no longer because it was no longer exclusive, right? And now they showed their true colors. Then what else? What happened else? PUBG. They helped the dudes with PUBG to bring in a console. They made all that bucket loads of money. They went somewhere else. Press Play. Press Play's games didn't sell, which was Max Curse of the Brotherhood. They said, oh, can we keep the IP? Yes, you can. They changed their name to somebody else. Press Play took the game, brought it to Switch, brought it to the PS4. They did it with Super Lucky Tales. Oh, yeah, you guys need help? No problem, Clover, or whatever the studio's name is. The VR one was trash. Bring it here. Let you make it. It had success. It did well. They took that money and then enhanced one for the Switch version. Okay? Microsoft has done nothing this generation but help developers, and then developers say, okay, we're leaving now. Thank you, but kind of fuck you at the same time, right? And that's what they don't want anymore. Phil said, I don't want to keep making these type of deals no more. That's why now they're buying studios. That's why they're buying all these IPs that from these studios because they want to make sure that whatever happens from this point forward with next generation and in the future, all that stuff is theirs. They don't own nobody's shit. There's no clauses. They don't got to give up shit. That's why they bought Ashen. That's why they bought Below, even though they may not be AAA, but they bought them for the principle of not losing them. They bought the Scalebound IP, even though they're not doing that with it. That's why they did that, because they want to make sure that whatever they do in the future stays with them. They don't get jerked off anymore. They don't get fucking backstabbed. They don't get used, and they know this. So until we don't start next gen, we're not going to see these changes and the fruits of their labor. The only one right now that's at risk still is Sunset Overdrive because it's the same thing like Alan Wake. It's a publishing rights. So if they decide that they want to give it back to Insomniac, they technically could give it back to Insomniac. But if Insomniac sells it to them, then guess what? They can definitely make a sequel with Insomniac again. It'll still be exclusive, just like they bought Record, Quantum Break, just like they bought the Ori one and the Cuphead, because Cuphead was bought also as a lifetime exclusive. They were the ones who allowed it on the Switch. You see what I'm saying? And no, instead of people being like, "Damn, thank you, Microsoft, for at least caring about these developers," they're like, "Fuck you, you don't care about us." That's not how it works. This is business, but that's not how it works. You know what I mean? Just look at those numbers, man. They sold 198,000 copies and didn't sell any more until way later when it was free and it was practically cheap. Like it was practically given out for free for 10, 5, and even $15. I remember Alan Wake being $5 at one point in the sale. So don't say, "Oh yeah, it sold 5 million." Yeah, when it was $5 exactly. That's not profit to the Remedy or the Microsoft. Those are diminished returns. It's just they made engagement, so more people are aware of the game. So if they do make a sequel, the potential is that maybe now it'll do better and sell better. And it being another platform obviously will help as well. But I guarantee you, even Control, I bet you guys it ain't even going to sell on the PlayStation platform. I don't know if it's even going to sell on Xbox now because dudes are mad about what they did with Alan Wake. I'm pretty sure on Xbox it'll sell more, but I don't even know if it's going to do the numbers that it could have with all this debacle shit that's going on now. But it's true what you guys, what you're saying is it's all hypocrisy. All of a sudden, everybody's a Remedy fan and an Alan Wake fan, yet they had the option to have it all this time for $7 on your console. Come on, stop the
Yeah,
bullshit.
but I say he, but check this out. What about with Phil Spencer? Like,
Hmm.
he like if everybody to know his characteristics and stuff that he do. Now he
Yes,
got all his own studios. He like you say, making their own IPs.
that's right.
Everything is in house, and he trying to cut loose all the fat. Now
That's
one other
right.
thing too, Phil Spencer, like how you said with Cuphead and etc. with or in the Blind Forest and other games that
Hmm.
he do not like hold. He said out his own mouth he do not like holding games from gamers. And on
Especially
top
they
of
don't
that,
own them.
he do
Yes.
not publish games on the Switch now. They gonna actually have Microsoft game. You mean for fanboys is gonna they gonna melt down, but in reality, it makes more sense. And then with
That's right.
Microsoft with the X Cloud, say he introducing people, let's say with the Switch, and now they starting to get their phones and stuff. They pull out and they get their Microsoft accounts. They looking
Hmm.
at it from that angle, like
Well, it's
they
also
changing
builds
the
up
mechanics different.
relationships. It also builds up
Yeah,
relationships, Cup, because now, technically, to be honest, if Nintendo has a third party deal like they did with Bayonetta, right? Bayonetta 2, right? And with something like Devil's Third, right?
right,
Since they built that type of relationship with Nintendo, if Microsoft has that good reception with Nintendo, they basically can try to see if they do a deal and possibly bring games like that, right? That are third party from Nintendo that are third party exclusive, meaning they don't own them. They help publish
right,
to bring them to Xbox as well in the future. You see what I'm saying?
right. Stuff like
So
that can come.
right, you can think about it that way because it is a possibility. That's why I think they allowed Banjo in the Smash Brother game. Because I even though it should have, for me personally, they should have waited to have a simultaneous announcement with Xbox and Nintendo. Like if they're making a new one for Xbox, they should have waited simultaneously so it wouldn't feel so
No,
backhanded slap to some
yeah,
people.
but we don't. But see, this is what people need to get the fuck over. Get the fuck out there. This is business. How we know
Hmm.
Nintendo didn't pay Microsoft? Microsoft ain't
That's
a
true.
$1 trillion company for no
That's
reason.
true. They could have paid him. That's true.
They
You're
with all
absolutely
these
right.
characters that you get, Gex characters in Mortal Kombat, you get,
Hmm. Hmm.
and stuff like that. Yeah, Microsoft didn't have to pay for no guest characters in Killer Instinct because they own the characters.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
so when you want a
That's right.
guest character and people like Banjo Kazooie, Nintendo can say, hey, you know what? For helping us out, you know what I'm saying? It's some big deal. Everybody think they are analysts. They think they
Yeah. Yeah.
marketing. They think they're Phil Spencer. They still
That's
they
right.
say all this. No, we don't know what the deal was. And think
That's
about
right.
it, Microsoft keeps their deals quiet. When
Yep.
when when what you call it fucked up Scalebound, you think Microsoft can get paid for that? You think
Yeah.
some money
Yeah.
money transaction they have to go through? They
That's
have
right.
man, they have attorneys. They have people that reads over the over
Hmm.
contract. They
That's
if
right.
you buy Like, you know what? Let's stay friends. That I think Phil came in and said, you know what? Let's stay friends.
Hmm.
Flat.
Hey,
Because I
say,
feel like you
Bound, speaking
spend.
about Phil, man, he owe us one, man. Look, PlayStation got Spider Man or Marvel Spider Man, whatever that game is.
Yeah.
Nintendo Switch got Avengers
Hmm.
Alliance or
That's right.
Ultimate Alliance
Yeah, but
3.
that's a damn.
They got,
That shit built off a cell phone game.
yeah, but damn, they got their own personal
Mar-
Marvel
Yeah,
game.
but
We
but
still got
but,
to
Basically,
get
but
us
you got to
a
technically,
understand
Black
this.
Panther, get us a Thor.
technically, a cup. Look, technically, you're right. Microsoft could get an exclusive Marvel game. It's true, but it's also up to Marvel if they want to do that deal. The only reason they did the deal with Spider-Man is because Sony owns the movie rights, and in
Right.
order for them to get Spider-Man on that Avengers game movie and do the other Spider-Man movies, that was the only way to be able to do that. Sony said, okay, you can do three movies, single solo movies, and then three cameo
True
movies
feature. Yeah.
with Spider-Man. And what do we want in return? We want an exclusive Spider-Man game on PlayStation 4.
But wouldn't that
Because
look good to get a Captain America game? Because think about
absolutely,
it.
Yeah, but see,
On
it's
absolutely.
not
Xbox.
that.
Now
It's
look,
not
but
that.
think about
Yeah,
it.
but see,
Captain
I don't
America
think.
game ain't gonna resonate worldwide because
Oh,
it's Captain
oh,
America.
yeah,
Xbox is stationed in
Hmm.
America.
you can
That
make an
means
Hmm.
Iron
it's
Man
supposed to be
game.
Shit,
there.
even up.
I mean, but thing about it is this how them deals be trying to work. Sometime is okay.
Hmm.
You're gonna have to take one of Microsoft Studios. You got to sell yourself to really to Disney.
What you think my
You
biggest
see the new Star
quadruple
you
A
see
studio
the
will be
new
working
Star
on?
Wars, right? They don't cut off the limbs. You
Yeah,
see, they
yeah.
don't cut off no limbs because Disney don't want no limbs cutting off no more. Then when you play
Hmm.
Force Elite, you cutting off limbs, heads, and everything.
Hmm. Hmm.
See
Hmm.
what
I
they
mean,
do
but they
now
can
is
get
what
it.
rip the dude from the you rip the dude from his stomach or something. You see a little thing, but it's no
Never tell.
Disney. Disney don't play fair with everything. Everybody, they don't
No,
play.
they don't. They don't. They don't.
They don't
And
play fair.
Disney and Microsoft are big behemoths, so they want big profits. So that's also a reason why they'll probably be harder to do it. Like Hundreds trying to point out, because Disney likes to play dirty. He's right. And if they're gonna do a deal, Disney's probably gonna want the bigger piece of the pie, and Microsoft will be like, "You bugging? That's not how it works." So that it's basically two big egos clashing. Microsoft is gonna be obviously more understanding because they are in the gaming industry and know how it works, but they can't convince Disney either to just bend over and take it up the ass. That's not how it works. So with Spider-Man, they had no choice. Disney knew they had a big profit and benefit to gain by adding Spider-Man in their Marvel universe. So they did what they had to do. As soon as that Activision deal fell through and finished, they ran to Sony. Ran. Listen, I'm gonna make a game. Who can make it for us? Sony couldn't afford to make one of the first party studios to make the game. Oh, you could probably have somebody like Insomniac do it because they worked with us in the past. They recommended it to Insomniac. Insomniac said, "Oh yeah, we'll do it." Boom. They funded the development of the game, and Smart and Sony funded the marketing. And then what happened? Since it's a video game, it's under merchandise. So Marvel Studios made all the money from that and all the merchandising. And then when the movies come out, it's Sony that makes all the profit from the movies because they own all the movie rights. So if the
Right.
movie made $1 billion, that all goes to Sony because they have the movie rights. So it's a win-win for both parties. You understand, Cup? So Hunter's 100% right. It's a different animal when it comes to Disney and when it comes to Microsoft because they're two big conglomerates. Now with
Yeah,
Nintendo's
but hey,
case
but think
was,
about this here though. Disney
mhm.
will license out a character. Like
Oh, they will.
they
Yeah,
will
they
license
say
out,
they will. They say they
but
will. But I
Microsoft
think
goes in and
But
license
you
out
gotta
characters.
expect you're gonna have to expect. Okay, who you gonna have make your game? I got these studios,
that's
but
right. It's got to be an in-house
so
studio. If
it's
you
gonna
want it
be,
to
yeah,
be, it's
and
got to
so
be one of Microsoft's
yeah,
inside studios.
yeah,
You're right.
and you can't, I'm gonna get this and
What's
get
the new
that.
studio they just created?
Who?
What
Oh,
the initiative? The
Initiative.
initiative,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
but
Initiative.
the
Now check
initiative.
this out. I understand what y'all about to say, but think about this here. Marvel or DC right now is the hottest thing going on. Why
Yeah.
not have a big ass triple
I
quadruple
mean,
A
they
Marvel
might. We
game?
don't know that, Cup. That's the whole
Yeah,
thing.
but Chuck,
They
I'm gonna
might,
put
but
it
we
this
don't
way.
know.
I'm gonna put it this way. With the Marvel like to play with certain people. See,
Hmm.
it's just like you got a homie that's all that knows that you got a little money in your pocket that's
Yeah,
in
yeah,
your
yeah.
pocket, but don't but he just you go to the bar and then all of a sudden he think you're gonna go buy the bar. You like what you
Hmm.
gonna put on
Hmm.
this bill? He ain't gonna do it. That's how they play the game. They looking at Microsoft pockets, and then Microsoft is sitting there like, okay, I don't care. So, and then
Let
if
me
we're gonna do it, let's collaborate. Make that motherfucker multi-plat, and I'll buy the marketing rights to it.
well, 100. Remember, guys. Square Enix had a relationship already established with Disney because of the fucking Kingdom Hearts. Remember, Disney had gone to them years ago and told them, "Look, we would like to do a Disney game with you guys," and that's where Kingdom Hearts came from, right? Even though it
Right.
never really did a lot of money for them because Kingdom Hearts was still kind of niche, even though for them internally it was success, but as a whole, as the bigger picture, Kingdom Hearts only sold like 2 million copies when the PlayStation 2 was out, right? And the PlayStation 2, sold almost 127 million units, right? So if you match those numbers, not even at 1%, right? So it was still not really successful. So they've already established a good relationship with Square Enix. That's why Crystal Dynamics is doing the Avengers game. But what is the Avengers game, Triple Cup?
What, a third person action adventure game?
Yeah, but what is it? It's multi-pack, right? It's
Right. I
a
mean that
And
multi-pack
then it's a
project.
word, and then it's a word on the
that part
street
I
that we was
understand,
hearing
but
at E3. It's a word on the
what I
street is
mean by
that
oh, what's the
game
word?
might be time
We
exclusive.
we need we need we need an exclusive one. We
Yeah,
need an
but that
Yeah,
exclusive.
yeah,
game,
yeah. I
no,
agree
but
with you. I
Nintendo,
agree with you.
that we kind of heard that game is gonna be time exclusive.
Which one? The Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3?
Times three.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's a possibility. I
It,
can see that.
it
I can
might
see
be
that.
this time. When
It
we
could
walk,
be.
when start talking to people. Yeah, it wasn't like okay, and then it's not like it's heavily graphic. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Look what they did. Look, Capcom did. They asked to do what? To bring Marvel vs. Capcom back, right? That last Marvel vs. Infinite was so dog shit. I mean, I love the gameplay and
Well, the
everything.
gameplay's
Hey,
awesome. It plays great,
yeah,
but they didn't
yeah,
they didn't
but
put a lot of content in it.
the
Mm-hmm.
story looked like it was just put together. Like
Rushed.
I
Yeah.
tell my
Hmm.
son to go read
I
like
mean,
six comics.
you got
Let's get
spoiled
together.
off another realm. That's what that is. You got
No,
spoiled off
I
another
put it this way.
realm.
My favorite. I didn't like Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. 2 is my favorite. One and two.
Yes.
I mean,
Hmm.
2 is my favorite. Marvel vs. Capcom
Yeah,
2
it's
is my
still the
favorite.
best one. Right.
That's the
Right. Yeah, I
best
know
one.
what
When
you
I
mean.
saw that at the arcade, we went to a go kart spot. You know what I'm saying? Going to go karts and they had an arcade. You know, you walk to the arcade to get to the go karts.
Right.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
saw Marvel vs. Capcom 2. We didn't touch a go kart.
Yeah, right. Well, that the only thing with the new Marvel Infinite though, Infinity, god damn, that game plays like butter. It
It's
plays
old,
so
but
fucking good,
it's
dude.
something where a casual can pick up. It's
It's
easy to
so
play,
smooth.
but it's hard to
Yeah.
master. And then
Yes,
the deep
yes.
thing about it is you don't you I pay for a season pass. You only gonna give me what's up with these other characters? But then
Yeah, yeah,
taking
yeah.
up the money, I'm like, where is some more characters? You didn't break
I
them.
mean, they need a
Yeah.
fighting game with it ain't so super move heavy. Cause the Marvel
Yeah, yeah,
versus
yeah,
Capcom
yeah.
game is all about
But
the
Well,
super moves and the
they
super
make for this
super
one
suits.
more. This one is more accessible. Like my son can
right,
play
right.
can play. It's just like you playing Mortal
Yeah, that
Kombat.
was yeah, it's
You
special. It's
got that.
special move
You got
heavy.
the special. What you call it? The fatal blows and stuff like that. You
Yeah,
you kind of got that in the new one. You just got to know when to
yeah,
time it. And
yeah, yeah.
you certain stones. I only like the power stone. Where I can bring my other. I think the power. Oh, that's one of them stones. Where I can bring the other
Yeah,
character
Power
in
Stone
and
one and
jump.
two. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
but I'm
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they don't. They're not putting. Thing about this, these games that they putting out ain't like it's a must have. A
Yeah,
lot of
yeah.
people didn't start playing more versus Capcom until we're doing the Game Pass.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, that's
I
very
bought the
true.
shit $60 when I
Very
paid
fucking just like
$30
us.
for the
We
damn
bought it when it was
DLC.
$60 day one. That's right. Yeah, it's true. But Triple Cup has a point. I get what he's saying. He's saying that because Nintendo and Sony have a Marvel type game of one of their characters exclusive, that Xbox should get one. And I think honestly, we will see that, but I think it'll happen a little later next gen because I think Microsoft right now just wants to focus, like 100 said, on their own shit. You even said it, Triple Cup. They want to make their own stuff to prove a point that they can do what they've always done since they've been on the scene, quality games that are theirs, that they don't have to buy third party marketing deals, that they don't have to buy third party games or do too little third party bullshit deals like they had to do in the past, because that's what's been their stigma. Everybody always said, oh, but it's third party. Oh, but it's third party. I don't got a lot of first parties. You get what I'm trying to say? But when
Right, right.
Sony does it, it's okay because Sony still has a lot of first parties. But what people don't understand is Sony didn't build Guerrilla Games. Guerrilla Games was independent, and they bought them in 2007. Sony didn't own and build Naughty Dog. They bought them in the PS2 era. Sony didn't own Ben Studios. They bought them through the PS2 era. You get what I'm saying? The only thing Sony built was Sony Japan, Polyphony Studios for the Gran Turismo, and I think Sony Santa Monica. That's it. And Sony Santa Monica almost closed down after Ascension, God of War Ascension, because those motherfuckers didn't buy it, saying that it was a bad game when it really wasn't a bad game. They were just like saying, "Oh, I'm tired of God of War. We've already had 4 games." You see what I'm saying? So they got saved pretty much with this new God of War. Because if you look at the featurette, they were like, it was the biggest risk ever. Because if it didn't make or did well for them, they were gonna have to close down. They even said it in the fucking featurette because they were dealing with a lot of loss of money, and Sony wasn't really giving them the money backing enough to grant them, like that squeeze, that leadway where to give them that little bit of leniency. They didn't have that, so it was very stressful. And you see that was the Cory Barlog. The dude started crying like a baby right on Twitter, on social media, because he was so nervous and like he thought they were going to trash the game and this and that. So in that sense, I'm happy it did well for them because they're a developing team, and at the end of the day, that's their job, that's their livelihood, and they put all their effort and heart into doing it. But it's not. Microsoft doesn't get the same leniency though, so they want to prove something. They want to prove that they can own first-party studios and make first-party projects brand new, and some probably old to come back and make a statement for next generation. They don't want to have the same BS over and over and over again. And my son, shout out to him, he said, he said a good point, which was the reason why they probably detracted from making 2 console SKUs for next generation is because you see what they're doing with the X. That only few studios decide to actually utilize it and use it. But if you make 1 SKU, you have no choice. You have to utilize that 1 SKU, that one hardware, because it's the only one they have. So they can't make excuses, oh, that we work on it because of this, because of that. No, you can't do that. You have to use that hardware. And I think that's a really good point. I think that's why they distracted from doing 2 SKUs. But
I
I
mean,
understand what
but
you.
if you got two, yeah, but if they got 2 skills on me Xbox, I mean, you still got the Xbox One X. It still haven't been shown
Yeah,
its
but
true
it's not gonna
powers
be
yet.
it's not gonna be the same experience, no matter what anybody says. Because look at what GTA
Yeah. No,
look at what these guys said today. Triple Cup. The guys from GTA. What the fuck? What the hell they're called again? Rockstar, right? Rockstar said
yeah.
they're already working on the next GTA, but it's gonna be only for next generation. What does that tell you? That the game is gonna be too technically advanced to probably even run on older hardware like the X or the Pro or the vanilla base PS4 and Xbox One. You understand? It's gonna happen because it's always been that way. The transition. When you make a game that's too powerful, you can't put it on every hardware. That's why the Switch can't probably run
I
more
don't
than
know.
likely.
I think the times are changing. I think they gonna do things a whole lot different. Like GTA 6. I'm almost
Hmm.
guaranteed the whole story mode experience is gonna be dumped online. It's gonna be some way, some
Oh,
form of
okay,
fashion
okay.
gonna force you to go
Hmm.
online. Now,
Right, right, right,
what they
right,
gonna be
right.
doing is building everything gonna be off the servers, the Azure servers and
Hmm.
stuff
Hmm.
like that. So the powerful consoles, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be pretty much obsolete, but they gonna still have if a person want the most powerful thing, but not gonna be necessary or needed no more because they're gonna have it where
I mean
you can run this
that's a
stuff on your phones these
on the
days,
cloud. Yeah, it's true, but
right?
that's based off the cloud. But still, that's too early because it's all about bandwidth. There's bandwidth and data caps. As long as those bandwidth and data caps are there and they're stranglehold, nothing can be done because it's the cable company providers who allow this to be able to be free. And until they don't do that, nobody, not Xbox, not Apple, no one, not Stadia with Google, no one can do shit.
Hey, but
You
guess what
understand?
though? But guess what? That's when it comes to having to go buy the newest and the greatest hardware. That's why that's
Yeah,
gonna be in the clutch for.
exactly,
But he gonna
exactly.
be making it where you don't
Well,
have to buy that no more.
That's why
You
I'm
can still
saying
play
to
yeah,
all
you.
your
yeah,
games and
but
still see
I'm
them the
gonna put it
same
this
way.
way. I'm gonna put this way. The hardware thing ain't not a big problem about the hardware.
Mm-hmm.
for right now is we on the back end. We
Mm-hmm.
know, what I'm saying, they have something close to what maybe the specs is or something. Some
Yeah,
developers know stuff. They don't have a real dev kit.
that's right.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
They don't have the chip is still getting made from both of them. So I don't know why
Nothing's
people.
finalized.
I don't
That's
know
right.
why people saying this is powerful than that. That is
That's right.
powerful than this because
That's
ain't
a hundred
nothing
percent right. Yes,
set
sir.
in stone. When I
That's right.
played games, when I played Leading Edge, it was on a dev kit.
That's right. The only thing that's ready is the
Yeah,
silicone, like you said,
yeah.
100.
It was dev.
Nothing's finalized.
Even I played the new
That's right.
Madden dev kit,
That's right.
and it looked
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
just
mark
like.
my words,
And
next
the crazy
generation is
thing
not
about
gonna
it, it
be
looked
about
like
power.
it looked like a white X,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't know
Mm-hmm.
what's in that bad boy either.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Mm-hmm.
people
Hey,
are like, how do you know? Because they said it right in front of you. When you get the dev kit, Microsoft Dev Kit has a LED on it. So it'll tell
Mm-hmm.
you frame per
That's right.
second, all
That's
types
right.
of. That's how I know. So that's
Well,
why I
you
be telling
remember,
people, y'all be going out here listening to these old bum ass YouTubers that don't
you
know
can't do
shit.
that. That's right. Well, remember,
They ain't been there. They ain't saw it, but they going off of somebody. Oh, somebody
just rumors and
over
speculations and
or
sheets. Right.
oh my!
Yeah.
I just produced a credible source.
That's
Man, I
right.
got Tommy down the
He
street
could
a better
be
source
he
than
could be
you.
credible, but that doesn't mean he has the final specs.
You
Not
don't.
even not until early next year when AMD finally brings out their new cards for PC. We're not going to know the real end result for the PS5 hardware or the
Well,
Xbox
I'm
card.
glad that which call it came. Which I can't think of my man name. I met him too.
Who?
Not Mikey Barr, but the other one. My man,
Albert Pernello?
Alec Panello came up and said, "Hey, Art, we don't know because our chip is still getting made." Got on
That's
Twitter.
what.
Said, "Now, how
That's
y'all go?
beautiful.
How
I
can
love
y'all
Albert.
go?
That's
How can
right.
y'all go and talk about our shit? And we don't.
That's right.
We didn't
That's
we
right.
can't even test out our shit." And then
That's
he
right.
broke it down. He said the original Xbox, we was using Apple PCs
That's right.
as a background.
That's right.
He
right.
said we
That's
was
right.
using Apple technology as a foundation. That's
As a
all these developers
foundation, because
got
that
right
was
now is a foundation.
because that's what they were aiming for, but they didn't have the final specs. But that's what they were aiming for
Hey,
exactly.
but say
But
say he
remember,
back. You know
go
how you
ahead.
were telling
Chuck.
you know how you were
Go
telling
ahead.
me about why they cut the other SKUs, but I was just saying like the reason why they cut the other SKU is
Hmm.
they making the most powerful console for
That's
the
right.
people that don't have the bandwidth and still, you know what I'm saying, like the traditional way. But
Yes.
anything up
Yes.
under that, like with the X, it's gonna be in like your cell phones and stuff like that. You're gonna be able to play these same games, but it's gonna be
Hmm.
streamed from off the cloud and stuff like that, and
Or
from
from the console
without seeing
Yeah,
itself, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
But
remember,
Chuck,
They're gonna
Chuck.
take a lot of they're gonna
check
take a
this
lot
shit
of
out.
load out. So the most
Check this
powerful
shit out.
That's
console ain't gonna
Who
matter
free.
said?
next generation.
Hang
What's
on,
good,
Chuck.
Doc?
Remember,
Yeah.
Who
Cup.
said? Who said that it was more
Mhm.
than one SKU? Microsoft ain't never came out and
Yeah,
said
yeah, they didn't say that. That's right.
they
That's
didn't
right. They didn't
say
say
a
that.
damn
That's
thing.
true.
So when
That's
you
true.
sitting there, you got these
So
YouTubers that swear that they knew everything.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
what was
yeah.
the
That
Scarlet and then
they,
there was the
and
Anaconda?
it
What was the
wasn't no. It
Anaconda
wasn't.
then?
That
We
was
don't know.
probably the rumors of
That,
what they
so
of the
somebody said
different
that was the story,
silicones, right?
but they
Cause
Hmm.
don't
I only hear
know.
him say
It
talk about
wasn't. It
Scarlet.
wasn't. It wasn't nothing set in
It
stone. Like
was never
okay,
set in
this is a
stone. Yeah,
Scarlet.
he's right.
This is an
He's right.
anaconda. It was none of that. Trust me,
He's
I'm
right.
telling you from your
He's right.
sources.
He's right. He's
It
right.
was. They never came out and said nothing.
But remember,
Now
you know,
everybody was like a what you call it? Like they talked to it in a meeting or something, and
right,
somebody
right,
overheard it and leaked it or
right,
something like
right, right,
that.
right.
But it was never saying that they were going to have multiple SKUs. That
That's
was the
true.
YouTubers that was
That's
saying
true.
that. That was these
It
motherfuckers
was
wanting
all
to be and all
speculations.
this
Yeah,
other stuff.
yeah.
So when they saying, "Oh, Microsoft was going with this because of this," no, you're trying to save face.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, remember, guys, Cup 100. Remember how every time they made announcements of them having multiple SKUs, it was always why Microsoft messaging is not clear. So what's the difference between the S and a vanilla? So what are we gonna do? What's the point of having the S and having X? Why are they doing it just a year apart? I think they're trying to also eliminate that negative dumb, biased fanboy shit, not only from the media and the haters, but from the casual thinkers that listen to all that dumb stuff to just go in. They know what they're getting. That's it. Although, although you may agree with me or not, you guys let me know. My son also threw a good point out there that because the Xbox One, and Phil said already, from this point on in the future, all peripherals will be 100% compatible with their future consoles. They could do a second SKU where they sell the, and you could just buy that one and use whatever existing controllers you have, whether it's Elite or another regular controller, and save yourself some money. That I can see as a bigger possibility. But I
Yeah,
understand,
that'd be a cool distance one to do. Just
and
do
it would
just
make
Yeah,
one
sense.
box.
yeah,
And it
you
would
gonna
make
do it.
sense. It would
I
make
believe.
sense.
Think about the Scarlet can still be the Scarlet, right?
That's
But
right.
think about this. It ain't named no Lockhart. It ain't named this. You can say, hey, you know what? For another $100 cheaper, you to all my all digital people. I got one without the disk drive
Yeah, you
and
could do
and
that too.
this and that.
Mhm.
Bam, bam, and it's still Scarlet. It still got the same specs.
Right.
It still has
And
the
it's still
same.
a
So
different
you
SKU.
ain't losing. Yeah,
That's
and
right.
you're not losing nothing. Now you're losing no power. You know what I'm saying? This is what we have right here for you. Now, if you
That's right.
do, for all you guys that still love physical, we're not forgetting about you either. Just like
Yeah.
when they did with the 360. Remember the 360
Yeah.
came out and had all the
With no
different
hard
versions
drives. Yeah, with no
on
hard
no
drive.
hard drive,
Yeah.
with a hard
Mhm.
drive,
Well,
stuff
well,
like that.
100.
Now,
Remember,
that's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing on my end. That's what
right, right,
I'm
right, right, and that would make perfect sense. Because remember, I don't give a shit about you know,
I did for
console
everything. So
because I love physical, right? Me, but somebody like you maybe
And
wouldn't give
me
two shits,
personally,
or
yeah.
even triple cup. Look at how the this Xbox that shit sold out on Amazon.
Yeah.
That shit sold out in fucking the Microsoft store. People bought it because it's what they wanted. You
yeah.
see what I'm trying to say?
People like, I
So
don't need
it's
no
just
disc.
options, dude.
Right.
It's options. It's options for the people that like things a certain way. It's not them telling you, "Fuck you." The future's just streaming. You don't need to have physical. Because if that's the case, we still wouldn't have DVDs now. DVDs old as fuck, and you still see them in Best Buys, and they still sell them,
Let me ask
and they still sell
let
because
me ask you
They
this
people.
hot
say they
question.
physical.
Let me answer the hot question that
Go
I've been
ahead.
seeing on the internet. Because you know, I don't be talking too much. He about something. See, why I was just bored today at work. I started talking shit to this dude. He started bringing up shit. And I asked him, you see, I set him up. He got real quiet. And I hit his ass with that tear gas. Hit him, told him he went completely quiet. Try to tell me the Gran Turismo sold all this. You know, he playing that shit. Uh, I hit him. I hit him with it. But what's up with this? Sony. This the hottest one of the
Which one?
hottest
Go
things
ahead.
on
Hit me.
it. Sony PlayStation 5 gonna be for the
Yeah, yeah,
hardcore, and Microsoft is leaving everybody else behind because
yeah.
they going towards the casuals.
Well, look, haven't they said the entire time that the PS4 was the hardcore machine? So I guess that was a bunch of horse shit. It was actually the casual machine, like we've been saying all along, because they admitted themselves we're going towards the hardcore.
Soccer cars.
What's the hardcore? The people that play a lot of multiplayers, the people that like to play multiplayer campaigns. That's the hardcore core. They want to cater to the what's the most popular and what people play the most. People don't play those single player experiences the most. Do we need them? Absolutely, 100%. There's a market for all genres, but don't sit there and act like that's the only genre that's relevant, because it's not. Why is it selling so well for some games for Sony? Because that's all they have to offer. If they had other things to offer, other things would do well, but they don't. The only thing they have to offer is a single player experience. That is why those games do fairly well. It doesn't help that half of the Xbox community are the first ones to go out there and support Sony shit because they're really gamers. They like playing games. Then than the actual Sony dudes that they only buy Sony, they only live by Sony, and they don't buy no Xbox. And if they do, they just own the console to talk shit and they don't buy no games. Okay, they'll play it on Game Pass for $1, and then blatantly tell you after I play and beat it, I'm canceling my Game Pass. Niggas do that. We've heard it. We've seen it. We're not stupid. Okay, so again, all I can say about that comment is, I guess they were full of shit. It really wasn't for the hardcore. The same way they're saying now, oh, we're trying to have some restrictions. We're not allowing certain things that is too mature or that's inappropriate. Meanwhile, that was the whole thing they were trying to say. Sony makes games for the mature audiences. That's why games like Detroit has all that content in there. That is provocative and evoking. Why?
So why didn't
Because
go buy that shit? You got
Well,
a hundred
they
million
don't even own it no
consoles out
more.
there.
They
You
don't
got a
own it no
hundred million.
more.
You
They
got a
got bought
hundred million
out.
consoles. Yeah, you got
They
a
got
hundred
bought
million
out.
consoles out there, but y'all ain't gonna support Detroit.
It sold 1 million copies, 100, with a supposed 100 million console base,
No,
install base. Suppose it, right? Quote unquote. Even if they had 60 million people
That's a
buying a
horrible ass
console,
attach rate.
man, that's hard, man. If I was an
that
investor, I'm
attach
not
rate is,
investing in
is
that
less. It's
shit.
not even a percent. It's not even a
I ain't
percent.
investing in that shit.
That's what I said. Is it did well for the developer, but not well enough where Sony said, "We're going to keep you. We're going to buy you, Quantic Dreams." No, what they said, that's it, Quantic Dreams. Beyond failed, Heavy Rain failed, and now Detroit failed, and Until Dawn failed. So we got to let you go. We can't keep you here. And what happened? They got bought off by that expensive ass Chinese company or Japanese company, whatever, and now
Yeah,
they're owned by
Tencent.
them. They're owned by them.
They,
So don't be surprised if you see those games come to Xbox one day, with the exception of Until Dawn, because I think Until Dawn, Sony flat out bought the IP, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I think they did. So that will never come. That will always stay there unless Sony decides to do what
Detroit sold
Microsoft
over
did.
3 million. See, I talked it. I love to look in the chat.
Huh?
You saying
No, it
that
didn't.
Detroit
It didn't
did
sell no
3 million.
3 million. It's
If
never
it
sold 3 million.
if it even did
Put
three
the
million,
charts up. Let me see them shits.
yeah, but
This shit ain't sell 3 million.
if you did sell 3 million,
Mm-hmm.
you got a
Well,
100 million consoles out there. That's
for
less
that,
than 3%.
yeah,
Ah,
but for that game being an
yo,
interactive movie, it's good for that game, for the company,
yeah,
obviously,
and I
of
love them
that
type of
game.
games. I play
No,
Telltales
if
and
he
shit
if
like
they
that.
if it did that well, Sony would have never gotten rid of them. Sony got rid of them because their games never sold. Heavy Rain and Beyond only sold when they were $10 and $15 because of their initial launch. They did terrible. They did horrible. It was like Dark Souls, the first one, the Demon Souls. That shit sold 18,000 copies when it first came out on PS3. And all of a sudden, when Dark Souls became popular, once it went multi-plat on the 360 era, everybody wants to be a Dark Souls fan. Go eat a cock. Sorry, people. You people give yourself away. You're dumb. You're stupid. You don't think. You don't know your history. You don't know anything about the industry. And you want to talk out your asshole when you see people that don't know nothing either put up bullshit ass information like, oh, it sold 3 million. Yeah, maybe when it was on sale for $20 on Black Friday, maybe, yeah, but that's still diminished returns. That's not profits. Look at Spider-Man and God of War. Spider-Man went up to 9 million sales when they sold 5.7 million units on Black Friday because it was bundled on the PS1 Slim. That means they gave a free physical copy of Spider-Man PS4 to the 5.7 million people because they even had a Pro Edition. Remember the all red Pro Edition? That even sold out. So that means they were giving them out for free. It was like Nintendo, the NES. When it came out, Mario became a success because it was given out for free. It didn't earn its stripes by people buying it. No, it was free, along with Gyromite, along with Duck Hunt. So it's very big difference. It got engagement because people were aware of what it was because it was given for free. But before that, the real sales of Spider-Man was 3.3 or 3.7 million sold. After that, they didn't talk about it until Black Friday. So you believe what you want to believe, but use your common sense because sometimes when you use it, you'll learn a lot more.
PS4 is the red box. That's what I call that shit, man. Fucking
The
red
red box.
box. Fucking game fly.
Thank you, hon. Like,
Ain't
look, let
nobody,
me have
ain't none of y'all playing y'all games right now. You playing who? Days gone, been days what? Not
days
spoken in
days
how
over.
many?
It's been days
That
over,
motherfucker been dead on arrival.
dude. They talk
Ain't
about it was
nobody
on the
talking about that
NPC.
game.
They talk about it being on the NPC. It went down to $40 for that sale, right, for E3, and they still haven't spoken about numbers for the game.
No.
Sony hasn't said if it sold 1 million copies. You know, if it would have sold 1 million by now, they would have been said it. Oh, Days Gone sold 1 million copies. It hasn't even sold 1 million copies, and it went down to $40 already.
Yeah,
Why? Because it's
don't
not.
blame the Metacritics and all that. We've been getting Metacritic from the get go.
That's right.
Am I right, Chuck?
That's right.
We've been getting Metacritic from the get go.
That's right.
Metacritic's not a
I
reliable
mean,
source.
what I always
It's an
is whenever they
aggregate
come out
site.
with an add 10. So if they say, well, this Xbox game is an 86, I say, well, in my book, I take the 86 and turn it to a 96, and then it'll be a more
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
accurate
Well,
score. I mean, that's how I used to catch my accurate scores with them. Y'all with
that's right.
Xbox, I always just add 10 because I feel like they just try
That's
to
right.
take off 10 just for being Xbox.
Well, Triple Cup. Listen to this. Answer me a question, buddy. Crackdown 1 was an 87 Metacritic, right? This was when they were
Right.
still respectable journalists doing these aggregated sites, right? Crackdown 3, which shits 20 million times on Crackdown 1 in every way possible, it just does straight diarrhea with no Vaseline right on it, right? Is a 61. You're going to tell me you can rely on that Metacritic? Get the fuck out of here. Metacritic is a
Yeah,
joke.
it
Sorry.
is a joke. I mean, I can understand. The only thing I can give him a
Sorry.
pass by, the only thing you got to
Sorry.
give him a pass by, that you got to give him a pass with this one. Though, look, you got to
That's
think
right.
about the time frame that that game came out and the innovative compared to what's innovative in this time period. So
Hmm.
that probably played a big role in why they scolded what they did. But I still don't see it being
It
scolded as
still
much.
has more innovation because in the
I,
new one you have cars that can stick on the wall.
man,
You
I'll put
can't
this.
do that in the first one.
I'm gonna
No, I
put
ain't
You
this
see
talking
what
right.
I'm saying?
I ain't talking about
It's
innovation from the first one to this one. I'm talking about innovation for the time period of
you
2019.
being a pop. Yeah,
But
you being a
remember,
pop.
Chuck, when Crackdown came out in 360, niggas were saying that the game looked corny, that the game was ass, that
Yeah,
the game was
still.
this. They talked shit about it even then. And we were like, well, they gave it an 87 because it's got to be a good game. And guess what? I was one of those people that didn't try it. I didn't play Crackdown until it went back compact in 4K. And yes, I'm admitting it. I'm not a fraud. I'm not scared to say the truth. My son Ben told me the game was good, and I never tried it. But when I tried it, I was proven wrong. The game was really good. And I was wrong about the game. That's why when I went to Crackdown 3, I fucking enjoyed the shit out of it. And I realized how much more better of a game it really is. But it was my son who told me day one
I,
that the game was
I'm
good.
with you. Well, on he, but I was with you. I played a little bit of one, but I really didn't have the
Yeah,
time
I
to
didn't
get
play
into
it. I
it
thought
because
it was
I
going
was,
to be corny.
I was
I
running the streets
judged
and
it.
shit.
Absolutely.
I was fucking bitches and shit and all like that. You know what I'm saying? They call me Bobby bitches. You know what I'm
You're
saying? And
right.
I was over there. I wasn't. I didn't have. I was young. But then when I played it again, and then I think me and Law played for like
I played it with
two,
Master
3 days
Chief.
straight.
I played it with
Yeah,
Master
and we
Chief.
started playing, and I was showing them. I'm like, man, this shit cool. We were sitting there. I mean,
That
I got a
shit was
picture
good
of
as
myself. We
shit.
were
Hell
blowing around.
yeah.
We was like, yeah, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? And it was cool. It was like
That's
art.
right.
It was something. I said, okay. I didn't really want to care for two. So when I got three, I played that game. I didn't
Hmm.
play that, but three.
But until
But
you
then I
beat it.
see a certain YouTubers out there
Yeah.
clowning because Phil Spencer showed the new wingsuit. I got the
Hmm.
new wingsuit. I got it. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? It brings a different element to the game. The game is not uh what people say Metacritic score. The game is actually fun as hell. To tell
That's
you the
right.
truth,
That's
it's
right.
organized chaos. You blow
That's
Yeah,
right.
like
shit
Sunset
up.
Overdrive. It's just a
Yeah,
fun
you
game.
blow yeah, you blow
Goddamn
shit
right.
up.
That's
It
right,
don't
Chuck.
take itself serious. What about the destructible stuff in the multiplayer? What about this? You ain't got a multiplayer game. None of your first party titles ain't got no
That's
multiplayer in it.
right. That's right.
With
And
some,
you could play Crackdown co-op
with some little tag along shit that you stole from Gears of War. You know what I'm
with
saying?
those
Don't take
one-dimensional
yeah. Yeah,
multiplayer
but y'all got this
components
one.
on Last of Us and Uncharted. I
Yeah,
know. I know what you're talking about.
I said y'all is some of the motherfucking y'all just like a college. They got Sony's like a college basketball player. Y'all one and done. Just accept
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
People playing State of Decay. People still playing Sea of Thieves. People
Right.
playing
Right.
these people staying Halo, Gears, Forzas. But I say Forzas because people still playing the last Forza and Forza
That's the
Horizon.
part five. People still play 5.5. It was the
Yeah.
launch one.
People still playing the shit. People
Hmm.
still playing Halo 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, put it in perspective. Part five still has more content than Gran Turismo right now. They just put the weather effect for Gran Turismo 2 days ago.
Ain't nobody playing Gran Turismo but the hardcore motherfuckers.
You know what I'm saying?
They're
They
the only ones
triple
that's
cup
playing.
cup. They just put the weather effects. Put that into perspective. In Gran Turismo 2 days ago with a patch,
That's amazing. That's amazingly crazy. They say they took
and
that
that's the
long.
Forza killer. That's the game that everybody says destroys Forza on the PlayStation
Hey,
side
that but
with their
PlayStation
logic.
was smart by naming it on sports. I mean,
Oh my god.
to keep it out, they just say it's just say it's an outshoot. That way it won't be staining they record, but it's still staining them though.
Well, look, I just checked to date, okay, because we're gonna get back on the subject real quick, briefly, but real quick because I'm trying to prove a point here about quantum reality. Break, and I'm no no about the Alan Wake acquisition rights, right? Back, that were
Yeah,
given back to Remedy. I put today. You guys probably saw it because I tagged you guys, and I know you guys don't really like to retweet it and get involved because you do it because you know I'm right, but then you get fucking hoarded and stalked by a bunch of fucking weirdos for like 18 days. So I get it, but I do it anyway,
yeah,
right? I tagged these guys. I said, listen, don't you think, right? Hashtag Sony, that the right thing to do right now is to give back the rights to hashtag Ninja Theory for Heavenly Sword, because they blatantly said a long time ago they don't care about the IP, they don't want it back, and they turned down the sequel, which artwork and how they were going to do it. And they just said, we don't want to do it because the game sold like shit on PS3. I think it sold like 19,000 copies, right? And they didn't want to be with it, but they're not doing nothing with it. It's dormant. Then I say, hashtag Namco, right? Don't you think it's time? And that the right thing to do is to give hashtag Ninja Theory the IP back for Enslave, because another IP that they're not going to do nothing with, they don't do shit with, they don't care about it, they're not going to do nothing with it. Give it back to Remedy. I mean to Ninja Theory. It's their IP. They're not doing nothing with it. All they did had publishing rights. So if they don't care about it and it's dormant and they're not planning to use it, why not give it back to Ninja Theory? That's the right thing to do, right? And I tweeted out to see how many more people tweet out. Barely anybody tweeted out. Okay, but you got all these people tweeting out the Alan Wake shit 100 million times just to try to act like Microsoft don't give a fuck when they did the right thing for Remedy and the goddamn IP. Okay, and for the IP, right? Because they're trying to show that they care enough to let it go so they can do what they got to do, right? But they're the bad guys. Yet Sony and Namco got these other IPs that they don't give two fucks about, that belong to Ninja Theory, that now is owned by Microsoft, that you know they're never going to do nothing with them, and nobody's crying out to them to let them get the IP back. But yet you saw a motherfucker be like, yo, give Insomniac Sunset Overdrive back. Yo, give the Emery Quantum Break back. Yo, give Rare, give Nintendo the Killer Instincts and Banjo Kazooie back. You saw that, right? But they don't want to say the truth. So, that proves to you right there that this fight that we fight, or not fight, but this discussion and argument that we always bring up for the truth about what's going on in gaming, like people like you, me, 100, and all the usual suspects that we hang around in our circle, it's the real niggas and the real motherfucking people that give two shits compared to the other guys that claim they care, but yet they don't care. People that say they love Crackdown 1, that it was amazing, but yet had the nerve to say that Crackdown 3 was garbage, and they didn't even fucking play it. You see? And look like a fucking hypocrite. Like, really? Like, wake up, dude. Smack yourself, because you motherfuckers are giving you're all setting yourself up and showing your fraudulent ways. Everybody's showing their true colors, and this shit is ridiculous. It's funny how you see it. They swear nobody can see that shit. See, somebody like me, I'm going to call it out. And somebody like Hunter's going to call it out. Even you, to a certain degree, Cup, because I know you like to keep your nose clean. You don't care. You don't waste your time with stupidity. But me and 100, we clowns. We like to call it out. And we're going to do that because that needs to be done. Because if nobody does it and let it get away with, how come they could do it? Somebody like Microsoft, when they're skewing it all around and lying about it, and they're turning it all around in their favor. It's not even like that. I've seen like 8 people doing that. Yo, so give Insomniac back Sunset Overdrive. Yo, give Nintendo back that Rare. Yeah, nigga, Rare got kicked away by Nintendo. Nintendo didn't fucking want them. And the only people that bought them and cared was Microsoft. So get your fucking facts straight and your information and stop talking dumb shit because you sound stupid. You see what I'm saying?
Who's that,
So,
Rohan?
oh, yeah. Rohan's one of
Oh,
the
I
biggest
mean,
ones.
that's King. That's King Nintendo like a motherfucker, boy.
Oh,
I give
yeah.
it for it. I give you an A for effort. But you come
Yeah.
on my shit, you gonna lose.
Every time he comes in, he's still.
You gonna
But
lose.
Mario and Zelda are great games, but Super Lucky Tales suck. Like, dude, Super Lucky Tales is the same type of game as Mario.
It's
Obviously, it doesn't
actually
have the.
more complex.
Yeah, but it don't have the same production value of Mario because it's not a well-known IP. But it sure enough has the fun factor in the gameplay and the complexities. And remember, Mario Odyssey $60. Super Lucky Tales was $20. Okay, Big difference and disparity in price. So don't compare it. And when they say shit like that, it makes them look so stupid. And then they think we're trying to score on them, or we're trying to talk shit, or we're trying to be. No, listen to your stupidity, and you'll see why we're calling you dumb. You see what I'm saying?
I asked this last question because I be seeing this. I said, I love my Xbox to me, and I got the maximum responsibility now.
Hmm.
But I got to ask this stupid this shit.
Okay.
You got people saying, okay, I wanted Alan Wake 2 and all this other stuff. But then you got other people said I want new IPs. What do the
That's right.
fuck do you want?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You just mad because you cannot use the thing there. Sony had a Horizon Zero Dawn. Ain't nobody playing that shit no more. They had Days Gone, aka rip off of motherfucking what was that? Dead Rising and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like you guys, what do you want? Y'all bitch and complain on the interweb all day long about Bill ain't doing this. I want this. They ain't going to the hardcore. My Xbox is turning into a service. Man, which color's the best thing we had? Motherfucking Game Pass is the best thing. This sliced bread.
Yeah, it's good. It's very consumer friendly. Absolutely, absolutely. You can't complain about that. Nobody can. People complaining about that just don't make no sense to me. Because first of all, if you're saying that you're a hardcore gamer, Game Pass is not stopping you from buying the games you love. You think I'm not going to buy Gears of War because it's on Game Pass? You're stupid. You're stupid if you think that. Of course I'm going to buy fucking Gears of War. But I will tell you this: if I don't have the money for Gears of War day one, you goddamn right I'm gonna play it on Game Pass, and when I get the money, I'll buy it when I have it.
But check this shit out. This is a whole different body. See, I did this with Forza. They gave us Forza Horizon, right?
Yeah.
I got it free from Game Pass, right? So subscribe to Game Pass. What I do the next day? I bought the Ultimate.
That's right. I remember.
$40 joint.
That's right.
So I support. So think about look at it. Look how many people is gonna do what I'm gonna do. More people buying the DLC. And don't ask me why DLC ain't free. Because you got to buy the damn license to these damn cars, and they got up 10,000 cars. Now you got Ultimate Xbox Game Pass. What you do? You get Gears of War Ultimate, the ultimate version of 5.
That's right.
DLC, everything.
That's right.
They gave us the K, the DLC. Have to pay for
That's
shit.
right.
Bam, it's right there. So you getting the bang for your buck.
Yeah.
Right then and there.
Yeah.
And y'all talking about the price. The price is set just right. You pay more for fucking Netflix.
Yeah.
Then you pay for this shit.
Plus, it's an option that could help people, 100. Like I was just telling you, if I can't buy Gears of War day one, even though I want to, if I don't have the money because my car broke down and I need to get a brand new transmission, I'm not going to go buy Gears of War before my transmission. I'm sorry. I'm going to go buy the transmission. But I still can play Gears on my Game Pass. And when I get the money, I will buy Gears because I love the franchise. I love the game and I want to own it. Okay? That's what real hardcore gamers do. But these dudes talk the way you just said. Oh, but it's on Game Pass. It means it got no value. If you're a hardcore gamer, Game Pass is not going to obstrude you and stop you from buying the game. So you're full of shit. That means you never had any intentions of buying the game in the first place. So stop it. You sound stupid. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, no. Oh, there's no value. But yet you got games like fucking Assassin's Creed and fucking Tomb Raider, games that are high quality like Forza, like Gears of War 4 on Game Pass right now. Halo 5 is garbage, but yet they got AAA games there. Come on, stop it, man.
Microsoft put all their
The
games
reach
on their
is
thing. Sony ain't putting their exclusives. They're not getting their exclusives on PlayStation now. You don't get them day one in and in.
No, they have no option. Their only option is to buy it, and if they don't, guess what?
And think about it. Say you're adapted
it.
and you say, okay, I'm gonna try Xbox, right? You buy your Xbox. Don't manage. You buy your S. You will buy your X or whatever. You can go spend $10. You got over 100 games. Right there, right there. You got every Xbox exclusive. So you can go play everything. So why that's not a value, but then oh, you renting a game. What the fuck you do? Streaming a game and only stream right. Stupid.
And when you rent the game, you're only renting the one game at a time. Because
Yeah.
GameFly, for example, you pay $20 a month and you rent one game at a time. And when you return it, you wait 6 to 5 days to get a new one. So you're really getting like two games, maybe three a month for $19, which is, I mean, 20. Meanwhile, Game Pass, you have full access at any time for $10. And you see they've been having that shit on sale for $1, $5 since God knows when, since like January. You know what I mean? So that you just can't argue that. Anybody that argues that, is definitely just being dumb and ignorant because that's consumer friendly, dude. Is how many mothers I've seen going into my local GameStop that they're buying shit for their kids and they'll be like, well, he wants an Xbox, he wants PlayStation, but I don't know which one's better. And when I tell them, oh yeah, but the Xbox, if you can't really buy them a lot of games, they do have a nice option. You can get this and rent it, and you get it there right on the fly. PlayStation has also something similar. Have access to the games like there all the time. It's more of a streaming. If you have a good connection to the internet and stuff like that, you can do it. But if you don't, it kind of doesn't work great in every area. And as soon as I tell them about that Xbox Game Pass, they're like, "What?" And they go, "Oh, you got to get an Xbox." And I've seen it happen already since
Wow.
this shit came out.
But how many of them flipped out? Oh, they're gonna get Game Pass for PC and all that. Microsoft is PC.
Yeah,
Xbox,
yeah,
they all in the same family. It's called getting money. Get out the. I like.
yeah.
I'm
But if they paid attention too, real quick to add to what you just said, real quick, if you're paying attention, they're trying to put on the PC Game Pass more PC centric games. If you notice, like Football Manager, that shit on Xbox Game Pass. Like Total Empire, that shit is not on Xbox Game Pass. They're trying to give the PC Game Pass the PC centric type games, which makes sense. Yeah, they have something like Recore and they'll have like a Gears of War, okay, fine. But we all know the majority of people play those games on consoles. So that's what I wanted to add. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Country. I'm sorry.
but they don't understand the concept of. Like I said, I'm the ultimate Xbox. I'm the green. I ain't going nowhere.
Hmm.
But I don't get up in the morning to look at those shit on the other competition. That's I got to.
Yes, right, right. I
If
get
you
what you're saying.
enjoy something, just enjoy. I don't get up. I'm like, just
Yeah.
because you can't go into the Facebook groups, these DMs, my dick is bigger than yours. You know what I'm saying? You can have the world.
Yeah,
Dick don't
yeah,
mean that you know how to fuck.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
like two
yeah.
stroke joke.
What's the point? That's
Yeah.
the fact. If
What
you have a
having
big
anything
dick, you can't fuck it. It don't matter.
yeah. They going like two stroke joke. It that's the thing I get mad at, and I see certain YouTubers getting doing this shit,
100%.
and I be wanting to get in on them. Like, are you serious? Because you can't go in these
Right,
groups and say this. I love State of Decay.
right, right,
Learn the shit out of it. I just
right,
got so
right.
many games I be trying to play. I still need to beat Guns Girl Colony too. I'm at the
Yeah,
end. I'm
yeah.
at
We
the
never
end,
finished it. Yep, yep.
and I'm at the end, end. But I get so many games. Yo, Xbox ain't got no games. Well, I own over 500 games.
Right, right.
I don't got no games. But it's some new in a new game come out. This is the first time I need to go out and buy Samurai Showdown, and I want to get it, but I'm gonna get it next week. I wanted to get it, but I'm like, I'm going in my kettle. I look, my little,
68.
yeah,
Oh,
my brother-in-law came over yesterday
go ahead. Yeah.
and looked at my shit,
Okay.
and it was like, you got everything. He a 16-year-old, you got
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, yeah.
You get it. I buy
Yeah, yeah.
games, and especially if it's good
Yeah.
price, I buy them. I'm addicted to games, alcohol, games, and women. That's what I'm addicted to. I get a good price,
Right.
I'm gonna buy it.
But did you tell him? I'm pretty sure you told him. You know what? It's because I got Game Pass. Half of these games are on Game Pass too, right? You
Game
told
Pass
him.
was a lot. There's a lot of games on Game Pass already owned already. So
I
I
know that.
bought
That's what I'm
both.
saying. But you
But
you have
he didn't
if
know
you had
about
like
the
500 games, like if you have 500 games, I'm saying, right? I'm saying as example, and you got Game Pass, you automatically have another 300 or 200 games right off the hip. You see what I'm saying?
so I'm like, and then Game Pass is a great opportunity for I play what the dungeon game that looked like Minecraft. Playing that shit, it's on Game
Yes.
Pass. You know what I'm saying?
Minecraft
Another
Dungeons.
game. Yeah, it's another game.
Yeah.
It plays like an MMO to a certain, but it's like Sprite.
Okay.
Only thing I don't like about the end is I wish they had some damn what you call it. I'm tired of reading. I wish they had some voice acting. I just
Okay.
tired, or had something that you know what I'm saying. But that shit had me going. I actually streamed it the other day. I just ain't put up the
Which
game.
one? Which one?
Oh, what it called me? Damn, I gotta go on
Was
my.
it the one for the Switch that you bought for the Switch? The fuck is called that game for the Switch that they made the sequel for the Switch
Only thing I
and the
bought from
Wii?
Switch is Xenoblade.
What's the name of it, Darius? Xenoblade. That's the
No, this
one.
ain't
Was it
nothing
that
from.
one?
Yeah, I got
Xenoblade
Xenoblade too.
2?
And think about it, this Xenoblade starts
Yeah.
off with what you call it voice acting, but then there's a lot of
A lot of reading. Yeah, dialogues by
like, man,
text.
fuck
By
you
text.
talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's 2019.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah. Yeah.
pretty good. Zelda talks to a certain extent, but it's a lot of like, man.
Yeah.
I sit in front of a computer screen all goddamn day. I don't want to listen.
We don't have the patience. As you get older, you lose patience for that shit. You're like, oh, come on. Because you got barely time to play as it is. Spending time on one game for 50 hours, that should just be killing you. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and then some
Just,
people, some games like my son will get into with me. He here for the summer. He
yeah.
get into it with me. Some games are like, Pops, what the hell is that shit?
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not into that. I'm
Right,
like, what
right.
is that? I'm like, what else? Okay, the last game I streamed is called Wizards of the Legend. It's a pretty good
Oh,
game.
okay. I think I know what you're talking about.
You got
Yes.
you can throw fire, air, it's kind of but is it super graphically demanding? No,
No,
it's
no.
right, but it
Neither,
plays like
neither,
it
neither is
plays like
Minecraft Dungeons.
yeah, it
Minecraft
plays
Dungeons
like
ain't graphically demanding either.
but it play, shit, you blowing up. See, we out here, they don't know how to
Chuck,
activate
you
fireworks.
all right, Chuck? Chuck. That sounded
Chuck,
like I think it was by Chuck. That just sounded like an explosion.
oh no, that was me. No,
Oh,
it's some
was it?
fireworks. That's
God
fireworks.
damn, that shit sounded loud.
Uh,
M80.
no, they
Holy
throw it. No, it's an alley. It's an alley that make echo harder than what it is.
gotcha. That shit
It's
sounded
an
like somebody
artillery
house
field. Yeah,
blew
it's like
up.
artillery field.
Bam!
Yeah, so then when you
Damn.
shoot it in a certain alley,
Damn,
the
this
alley
guy
kind
is
of
fucking
springs out,
nuts.
and so it'll go like 20 blocks. So that's still probably 20 blocks away. It just sound like Beirut. There's gonna be Beirut
Right, right,
over here
right.
before.
Yo, this fucking Layers of Fear 2, bro, from the first one, it looks ridiculous
Yeah.
nice. They
I say
made
I
like a
ain't had time to play
drastic
Layers of
jump
Fear. I
over
got
from
Layers of
them.
Fear. I ain't had time to play that.
Damn, that shit looks
There's a
nice,
lot of
bro.
stuff like there's a lot of games. Sometimes it's too many games. Everybody want games. Sometimes it's too many damn games come out.
Yeah, it's too
Borderlands
many
gonna
games
come
right
out.
now.
I gotta prepare myself
Too
for
many games.
Borderlands.
Yeah.
Oh,
Star Wars, the Call of Duties, the Controls, the Biomutants, Blair Witch. Blair Witch looks like it's gonna be a lot of good fun too, like scary. Fucking Panzer. Maybe possibly we'll get maybe in the holidays that Battletoads maybe. You know what I mean? The Gears of War 5. There's so many fucking games. For those who are gonna play Death Stranding, like there's a lot of
yeah,
games. There's a lot of
yeah.
fucking
And people don't.
games. Marvel Ultimate Alliance, Astro Chain with fucking Switch 2, that Platinum Games game. That game you should get on Switch on it. You probably like that. That shit look kind of fire. It starts off with her on the motorcycle. It's pretty dope.
Like I said, I'm trying to buy. Like I'm trying to. I think I'm close to beating Zelda. But think about it.
Okay.
You'll think I'll be playing. You'll think I'll be taking my Switch to the job. No,
Well, that's what it makes sense to play it there when you have the ability.
man. But guess what? I've been enjoying PUBG on the mobile shit.
You're stupid. You
My
love
phone,
playing that competitive
my phone,
shit on
my
it. That's
phone,
why.
my phone gonna do something. My phone
Look
gonna
at
be more
say I
active.
want to. I love playing PUBG on the phone. You
Yeah.
savage.
I come in my office to play the Switch. Like, my son here, saying he got the trouble, so
It
he has,
got
he
you.
has to spend it. So
It
I'll sit in my
got you.
office and I start playing on the Switch.
That's all
Some games
right.
I can't play on the Switch. Like I love what else I got on the Switch?
Cuphead.
I even bought what you call it, Final Fantasy Pocket on the Switch. The new Final Fantasy
Oh,
Pocket.
okay, okay, okay. Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
bought
yeah.
that on the Switch. I enjoyed that on the Switch. Um
Right, right. You know what I want to
it,
play? I want to play with you when it comes out. Fantasy Star Online 2.
yeah, I want to play that
When
shit.
that
I ain't
shit
played
drop,
that yet.
that's just gonna be
But they say
fire too.
Microsoft E3
Oh
is
yeah.
so what? 'Cause I didn't get to talk to you about E3. We talk about E3 for a little minute. Um,
No
uh,
problem.
I enjoyed it, and I was telling people an example from.
You beat it?
I was telling people example is the example is I watched it on TV, and we was in a podcast. Me, Flip, whoever who was joining
Yeah, yeah,
podcast, we did it. I watched it on a regular
yeah,
TV,
yeah.
on a on a 1080p TV, and was enjoying it.
Right, right. Yeah,
When I got to put my hands on these games, it was totally different. So when people
totally
saying,
different.
some
Right.
people say, "Oh, bleeding edge is dog shit." No, your life is dog shit. You ain't get to play it. I'm starting. I'm playing the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? When you get to
That shit
say
looks
that
really
X Cloud was it they was plugged up hardwired. How can you hardwire a cell phone? So when I made sure I made it in 4K.
right, right.
I made sure I made the ultra. I made sure I streamed me playing. I had Mega playing Gears of War 4, and I had other dude playing Halo.
Right, 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 right.
I'm showing it in ultra 4K. You don't see red, lag. We talk about on cell phones.
Right,
Streaming
right.
it. They were telling me,
Well, look, I know that Lego shit looked kind of corny when you looked at it on the TV. But when we played that shit in the house, when I tried, I
oh,
was like, that
oh
shit
no,
is fucking dope.
I played it before it came out on.
That
I
shit
played it
is
before it came
dope.
out on XCloud.
Yeah, yeah,
And I'm
okay,
like,
okay.
I didn't want to play it no more. Like, I want to go home and play this. He's like, oh, it'll be available
Yeah,
tomorrow.
yeah.
This is
It's
this store.
nice.
And I played. Like, I'm almost to my I'm just trying to get the airplane. I already got my house like a mansion and shit. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to get the
Oh,
airplane.
okay. I didn't even know you could build that shit.
Yeah, you get
Yeah,
an
that shit is
airplane.
nice,
Yeah,
dude.
so then what? You can't use your currency. You got to use Legos. So you got to go do the races and stuff to do
Yeah,
the Legos. And is it better than Hot
yeah,
Wheels?
yeah.
Nah, Hot Wheels still keep. Hot Wheels still keep. But it holds its own.
Right, right.
And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
the
It's
Legos,
different, but it's
Legos
fun. It's
fucked up.
very, very
I
intuitive
think I
too.
got
Yeah.
a McLaren that's in Legos. I got another
Okay.
one, but I gotta wait to the
I
other
saw you
part.
bought. I saw you say your son started playing it. He got so enthusiastic that he asked you, and you went out and bought like one of the Lego cars to build. I
Yeah, I
saw
bought it.
that.
Yeah,
You put
yeah,
that.
I bought. Yeah, I got him. He actually got on
I
Amazon.
saw
That
that.
damn Lego cost me shit like $60, but they
Yeah,
transferred
yeah,
to I ride too. He's so like, but he sat there all day. Kind of bored.
yeah, yeah,
Talk to
yeah.
friends and stuff like that. But no, we put that bad boy together, and I was like, oh, all right, cool. But
But you see how cool it was that it kind of captured his mind, and it made him want to do something else with you. That
yeah,
was really that made you had that bond.
I
That's
told him
what
I don't do
is
Legos.
dope about it. You know what I
I said,
mean?
I don't do Legos. So we trade off. Like one night, I think I had to go because I got called in the office. Sometimes I get that. I get that. I thought I'm gonna work remotely and it don't work, and I got to go in. And
Right,
so I got up and I went to sleep. He played that Legos expansion for at least I could say 4 or 5 hours.
right, right.
And was just there. He started telling me this is how you do this. This is how you doing that. And I'm not a car enthusiast
right, right, right.
at
I
all.
got
I don't. Yeah, can I change my own? Well, I probably can. I don't want to. I'd rather pay somebody to do
you. No, but it shows you that's what Microsoft wanted. They wanted to get that engagement from like kids that will love seeing their parents play that Forza, and you see how you had the experience with your son, and it worked, and your son probably never even bothered to play other racing games. You see what I'm saying?
Well, he always like Ford. Like he can tune up a car. He tunes up my cars. Because the
Oh,
thing why he
okay,
got an uncle. He got an
okay,
uncle that works on cars. So he more
nice,
into it in cars than I am. He knows
okay,
this. He know the name of the cars. He actually watches YouTube.
yeah, yeah,
That's watch YouTube when guys fix up new. The dude bought a new Lamborghini and it was wrecked and he bought it and he fixed it up. He watches that type of stuff. I ain't into it like that. I watch it with
right,
him like we was watching yesterday afternoon.
right,
But other than that, I don't care. Like on my own, no. Um, but he, like I say, he loves from since he was a kid, loved to put Legos together. But we found that it's a Lego that costs. It's a Lego set. That's a car that's on Forza. That bad boy costs $350 for the set. You got to build the engine.
oh yeah.
But I ain't costing no $350 for that. I
No,
got
but
a lot.
it's good that You know that it's good because he still is catching like a different type of audience though at the same time. You know what I mean? Because even anybody could play it, even the hardcores that like the other Forges. You know, that's what's good about it. It's like when they did the Hot Wheel one. That Hot Wheel one was dope too. People liked it. You know what I mean?
The Hot Wheel changed my life. I was in the Hot Wheel.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I went straight on the interweb and said, "Y'all got to pick this up because I don't buy the. I usually wait for like Forza DLC to go a little cheaper and stuff like that
Right,
because I don't really play Forza. I mean, I drive like especially like motorsport. Like the last two motorsports were the ones I ever beat. Otherwise,
right,
I play it because my son wanted it and stuff like that. My
right,
brother
right,
wanted it
right,
on the game, so I get it.
right, right. It's crazy.
Um, yeah,
But you know, but they show Bleeding Edge. That looked it immediately. I said, "Damn, this looks like Anarchy Reigns. It looks um
it felt like
like
Power Stone. It
like it
feels
has a
like
little bit of mixture of Power Stone. It looked like a game called Heavy Metal and Spawn on the Dreamcast. And incidentally enough, she made a interview, and she said it in the interview. I was inspired by Anarchy Reigns. She said it in the interview, and I was like, I knew it had that type of flair and feel. The only difference, Anarchy Reign actually has a built-in story where you could play it by yourself, right, single player, and compete against the CPU, you know, the computer AI, the same way you would with somebody online, but it's through a story mode. And I really hope that when the game comes out, it has enough engagement that they'll decide to do that and add that later on
they
and put
can't.
it in there.
They wouldn't perform what they now. We asked.
Right,
We
that's what I'm
played with
saying. But it'd
developers.
be nice if they do that.
We asked. We got real good friends with them. They follow
Yeah,
us
yeah.
on Twitter
Yeah, I saw the interview.
now. They thing about it is Ninja Theory is some cool motherfuckers. They cool because we
Right,
wasn't impressed at all. They were
right,
surprised. Megan was playing the shit out the game. Just kept on.
right,
We got
right,
to play it a day before we got to play it.
right.
And he came here. He came home. Was like, man. He came to the house and he was like, man, that bleeding edge. Because I saw it, but I'm like, okay. I played it, and I'm like, whoa. First time I played it, I played with the rock band dude, the little Grateful Dead looking dude. I played with him.
Okay,
The one that you see me playing with the developers and all that other stuff, I played as a healer,
okay.
and they're talking in our ear. That's one reason we got headsets on. We're talking because it's actually you need to strategize,
Yeah, yeah.
and
It's
then
supposed to be meant to
like
be
the first
played
time,
as a team.
yeah,
Yeah,
and when I got like it was one part when I first played it the first time, it was a part and I heard a train, but I didn't know
yeah.
where the train came, and it wiped me out.
Right, right.
They
Use
got
the
like different,
environments.
yeah,
Yeah,
yes, different environment traps. Um, Different character does. It'll even tell you if this character's harder than that.
right,
I'm like, this is an alpha.
right,
Y'all
right.
did good. This is an alpha. And like, yeah, this is an alpha build. I'm like, what do you get to? And then they gave us a bunch of characters to play.
Well, it look artistically, the character designs look crazy, and it looked
Oh
like it
no,
had has violence. You use the environments. That's why I said it'd be nice if it does well and it gets engagement,
I
that they'll
think it's
do a
going to get
story
well.
mode.
I think it's going to do well because they can get the simple person in there to play.
Right, like anybody new coming.
It start off simple, but it turns into a test match. Until
Right, right. Well,
you know what
you
I'm saying,
see
like
what they did with Sea of Thieves and State of Decay. They added now, a story mode. So I don't see why they couldn't do that with something like Bleeding Edge. I'm hoping for
they
it
said
because I
that they
really
got
enjoyed
requirements
Anarchy
that
Reigns.
not that I mean we couldn't get like a full on interview because Mr. Bill said they didn't want them to slip nothing. You
Right.
get
Okay. I
excited stuff
got
and
you.
they didn't want to step. So we was all allowed to play. And like I said, we have no media credentials and none of that. They let
Right.
us
Right.
walk our own cameras. They told us no problem.
Yeah.
They
Yeah. They were nice
take
about
pictures
it.
with us. Take pictures with us. Thing about it with the difference that is different from like a lot of other booths was Microsoft people were more into even when I played Mac. I'm the only person that got to take a picture of Mac, me and Mac. A lot of people come up like you can't take no pictures of this. Because this ain't a finished build. We was coming I feeling like I was. When we played the X Cloud, they was treating us, they were asking us questions. So what you got? You got
Right.
questions?
Right.
Usually they
Right.
don't do that type of shit.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
where you
Yeah.
live? I live in LA. It's like your data center gonna be Frisco. You got a big data center
Right.
for me. You running off of this right now. How it
Right.
feel? You know what I'm saying? Do you mind us taking videos of it? No. You want? Can we turn it around? I wanted to take off and run with it.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying? But the only thing that was wired is because they did have a little wireless part for somebody who will try to take it. I'm here with people with iPhones that's looking
Mhm.
at it, a Taku, all these people. And then I
Yeah.
realized I'm like, you work for IGN? So I could see their bad say media.
Well, they won
And
awards, so I guess they liked it.
I'm,
A couple people liked
oh,
it.
they like
I'm,
no people. It snuck up on people. But then when I see the interweb and certain YouTube, oh, this game is dog
yeah, like
shit.
oh, it should look like
Bring your
dogs.
punk
Yeah,
ass out here and come play this shit. Pull up.
yeah,
That's what
yeah.
I'm
But the
saying. Like,
funny thing is what you said before, 100. You want new IPs. They try to give them something different and new. Okay, granted, it is a multiplayer, but it's trying to do something different and new, right? And people don't embrace it. But yet they want to embrace things like Apex or things like Fortnite, which don't look nowhere near as creative and different as that game. You see what I'm trying to say? So don't hate on something and ask son if you're not really gonna appreciate it when
receptive.
you do
You're
get
gonna be
son.
receptive to it.
Yeah, man, you can't do that.
You gotta be receptive to it. You don't want to be receptive to it.
Well,
So if
it's
you
like
don't want to be,
Battletoads. Some people didn't like the art design. Okay,
yeah,
that's cool, but it doesn't mean the game's gonna be bad. You have to
no.
try it
And
out. You gotta
Mega
wait till
came. Shout out to my man K Mega. K Mega said, I don't like the art style, honey. But guess
yeah,
what?
yeah.
I played Battletoads, right? That was a 2 hour line every day.
Every day. Yeah, people are
Every
interested in it.
day. two
They're
hour line.
interested in the game.
Now, I played the Battletoads arcade joint that was in
Hmm.
Rare Replay. I ain't heard Battletoads so damn hard to beat. I wasn't trying to do the original Battletoads.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. Yeah.
Uh-huh. It's hard as hell. I might play it, attempt to play it, because I like to. Sometimes I'm just in the mood of playing something that I ain't
And
I
when
want
you
to play.
try something, you end up surprising yourself
Yeah, so when
sometimes.
I
Yeah,
played
for
the
sure.
arcade one, I ran through it. I said, "Damn, this is an arcade version of Battle. This shit fun
It was
right
fun.
here."
Yeah,
I said, "This
that's
shit
right.
fun right here." But you got to give some stuff. You got to give stuff a chance and let it
Mm.
come out and play. You know, all this and that. They was complaining about Gears of War. I'm like, I don't want to use that word. They anywhere. I don't want to out. Cause see,
Yeah,
a
yeah,
lot of
yeah.
stuff that we kind of took ourselves off. People like you see us talk. You might see us post on Twitter, but we wasn't
Mm.
like really there on Twitter.
Yeah,
Mega
yeah.
might
I
show
know
me
what you mean.
something, and I might be driving, and I call bullshit, and I'm like, man, let's cut my phone on. Let's go live. I'm like, nah, I'm calm myself down. Let me
Right,
enjoy my,
right.
and I'm seeing things. Like I wasn't a fan of Oculus, right? Want to
Hmm.
buy me that new Oculus where you don't need to know what's going on. I played the new Vader game, the Star Wars Vader,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
and I saw Vader 7 feet tall looking at me. I got chills. Like I ain't no punk bitch. But it immersed me because I talked a lot of shit about VR, and I was
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
tell
yeah.
Megan you need to try. Me, me, 108 and Megatron sitting that bad boy for an hour and a half. But I like what Oculus did though. Their people were hospital. They was asking us, "How you doing? What you guys? Y'all into this? You play games? What kind of games you like?"
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They were, like I say,
Hospitality. They had a lot of
yeah. I would
hospitality.
tell you,
Yeah, yeah.
Sony. It was like it gave. Since Sony wasn't there, it was like it gave like little. It was games that was like Japanese games. Like I ain't never heard of this shit, but it had a
Okay.
bigger presence on the floor.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I heard the only
Microsoft
presence
ain't
on the
even there on
floor
the
for
floor.
Sony. I heard the only presence on the floor for Sony was Judgment. That's all I heard.
No, what you call you got to play? What you call it was on a PlayStation. Uh, Mortal Kombat. New Mortal Kombat was on PlayStation.
Oh, they have Mortal Kombat on the floor?
Yeah, Mortal Kombat was on the floor. You got to play with Sony before it came out, and then you get to take. Then like I don't know if you ever saw that where it looked like I did a fatality. They had to put a green screen up, and it
Okay.
looked like I did a fatality, and like I can hold a skull and look like I got blood coming in. They did all that shit for free.
Oh yeah, I think I did see that. I did see that where you guys were acting
Uh-huh.
like y'all were in that game when it does the
Uh-huh.
fatality, right?
Yeah, did
I
that
did.
all that
Hold
for
on,
us for
100.
free.
Hold on, 100. Hold on.
Yeah, Chuck, you still there? Shout out to everybody that's watching the podcast. Some more expect going on this long. But shout out to my man Doom, Zing, Michael. I'm gonna get out a shot because I like to shoot out people. My man Sega Forever, All In channel. Even Rohan, punk ass, old Nintendo lover. Me go down the flip. You know what I'm saying? Even the Ponies, King, that Black Rider. You know what I'm saying? If I miss you, I'm sorry. Uh, even Rich Crumb USA, the one on the bag all the time. You know, shout out to my man Thomas Franks and all everybody. You know, I show love. I know I'm portraying myself as an asshole. So Ryan McCaffrey was on the floor representing Sony. I ain't even see Ryan. Really. Ryan ain't gonna come fuck. Anybody's Ryan gonna come. Ryan gonna come in like an hour early and then gonna go into that booth. They don't come out. They don't come out like that. They don't come out like that. Mm-mm. And shout out to everybody on Inside Xbox that got let go.
Yeah, right.
I mean, recording and now.
Why did they do that? Do you know?
We actually didn't know until after E3.
Now, yeah, that's when we found out. That's when we found out. I was like, damn, why?
A couple of them was there. I don't know. I didn't know. I don't know if they're cutting budgets. I'm thinking. I like the Ricari. To me, I had a lot of people used to tell. I remember the first time meeting him at a private party because he was living out here at the time. Then they moved him up to Redmond, and then they gave him a title like program project manager. He had a title,
social media manager.
Yeah, he had a nice title. A lot of people wanted him to replace Major Nelson. Like let Major Nelson sit in the back because of his personality. I don't know. He just got married a couple of months ago. That was crazy.
Right. Well,
they got an essential package. You know what I'm saying? They still on contract. Them salary, they contracts. I mean, you know, you got a contract and stuff like that. Right.
No, but they were just fun to see. Inside Xbox, what I'm thinking is that they're trying to do more like the Nintendo Direct where somebody recorded it's more to the point like they did with the ID at Xbox.
Yeah, but I don't think that Inside Xbox not going to go away. You know what? This what I do give shit to Microsoft. They gotta quit listening to motherfuckers to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I know.
They need to quit listening to these quote unquote know everything. No. Inside Xbox, yeah, it goes on, but at least they tell you what's going on. Like, yeah, I bitched about Bethesda's motherfucking conference, but I knew what Bethesda was gonna bring. Only thing I just didn't like was fucking mobile games for fucking about 40 minutes. And then they didn't let me have no drink.
Right.
They didn't let my brother have a drink because when I finally get in there, because they gave us in the line, they was like, well, you medium? I'm like, no. So they were like, well, you got to get in there. I'm like, bullshit. And then I'm like, bullshit. No shit like that. But think about it, their credentials wasn't no better than our credentials.
Right. I got you.
I'd have been like, yeah. So then it was me, Tim. Shout out to my man Xbox Junkie. You know what I'm saying? What you call it? We could have skipped the line. We could have skipped. Well, I didn't feel like, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be professional now. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't skip the line. I could have skipped because there was a couple people that like, come on, 108 did. He had a couple because they were giving away free drinks. You know, when you say free drinks, I want a free drink.
Right.
We get in, they put it down. And then I got pissed off. They were trying to feed us at the end. I don't know, damn tacos, man, go home and drink. But it was thing about it was just like it's a camaraderie there, and it was just cool. And then when we ran into the guy from Digital Family, the white guy from Digital Family, didn't know he was that shit.
Rich Ledbetter, I think it is.
Yeah. And we was asking him, what you think about this? Because I didn't know. Junkie called him. Junkie know who he looked like. I don't know. I know what the old dude with the glasses looked like. I know the older guy with the glasses looked like. But I didn't know what he looked like. Because I don't watch him.
Oh, you're talking about John Ledbetter.
Yeah, so I don't know who they are. So he said, that's old boy for Digital Family. He turned around.
Mm-hmm.
He said, yeah, he said, man. And he was pretty cool. He was like, what you think about the Scarlet and the Spectre? He said, man, it look fire, but they won't let us they won't give us nothing on it. You know, he was praised. Said, well, man, listen, this and that. And You know, he was talking to us. I don't know, maybe he was finna threaten me because them some two big dudes. But I had three big dudes with me. So I was sitting there, he was cool. And I was like, you know, and this and that. I'm like, man. But you know, he had to get in line like everybody else, and he media.
They're doing it
But
smart.
you know, but
That's because Microsoft's trying to make sure that they keep everything low key, so nothing can get out, so people can't try to outshine them or outdo them. That's what they're doing.
yeah, so,
They said it in their
so
analysis video. We have no clue. They blurred out stuff. They're keeping it really close to the chest. That's what they said about the specs.
well, what you call it was well, I heard before E3 they shut it down. We bet not nothing really would get out. Nothing really. If it's gonna get out, somebody will visit somebody's camp and gonna find out who leaked what. Now the night before, Bleeding Edge got leaked, but that's the night before. But nobody knew what it looked like. Nobody know the
Okay.
gameplay. And the only reason I was knowing that because we was at the Spire getting loaded and everything, and you know, people, you know, shut the phone. You know what I'm saying? You said Mixer needs to be improved. I mean, I love Mixer.
I love Michigan. I
They
love
add
Michigan.
stuff.
They add stuff.
They add stuff from time
They add stuff
to time. I mean, they add new
time to
stuff.
time. I mean, they add stuff.
You know, they got
Right.
they got to take baby.
They got to take big.
But all in all, the overall experience, it was everybody was really nice. It was cool. It was a big camaraderie. That's what I know what you're saying. I could tell when I seen y'all in the videos, man. Like, damn, I was like, these motherfuckers are having a blast, dude.
Like we said, we had the
Like,
We had
PlayStation guys up
PlayStation
there.
guys there.
And I didn't know,
And
dude.
I
Like,
didn't know,
I'm
dude. Like,
gonna say,
I'm
somebody. I said, for real?
I said, for real?
I said, you need a
I
drink?
said,
I
you
ain't
need a
come up here to
drink?
talk
I ain't
about
come up here
that
to talk
damn
about that
that
damn
shit.
bullshit.
I don't care
I
about
ain't
what
come
you
up here
play
to talk
on.
about no place.
I really don't
Come
care what
on.
you
Don't
play
care
on.
what you play on.
Right. No, for sure. Like,
I really don't.
it
Yeah,
don't
I,
de-
I, I, I prepared that. I prepared. So I'm totally,
I'm
I'm
totally,
totally different.
I'm
You know,
totally different. You know,
yeah, I can echo.
that don't determine anything compared. That don't determine what anything as far as having a drink and having a good time. That shouldn't be anything, or a friendship for that matter. But you play don't bother me. It's just the bull crap, like the lies and the BS that they try to spread. Like you said, people don't play with other people. Don't try these games. Saying shit about stuff they don't even play. You know for a fact they don't have no clue when they're opening their mouth. And then people obviously that think they know what they're talking about follow them and listen to them. And then listen to the dumb stuff. That's a no-no. That's a no-no. I also I got hyped because I wanted to see if there was any way you guys could have seen any of the Halo footage back behind closed doors, but I don't think they did that either, right?
No, not that we know of.
nothing more.
So you guys didn't get to see the Avenger game either behind closed doors?
Nah, a lot of
A
stuff
lot
was
of stuff
so
was so
hard to
hard
get into.
to get into.
Right.
But if it was,
If it
I mean,
was,
Halo wasn't. I think you're gonna see more Halo
I think
XO.
you want to see more Halo XO.
Oh, at XO, okay. You going, right?
I can't go to XO. That's in London.
I think on XO.
No, not XO, the other one, the one
Oh yeah, I'm going to.
that Halo.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to.
Yeah, I'm going. I'm gonna pay for it next week.
Right.
Yeah,
XO's gonna be in London. That's gonna be nice, man.
I
That's
don't
gonna
got
be
no
nice.
passport.
I don't got no passport.
I ain't no
Let's
felony.
see what
I
happens.
ain't no felony.
But man, I'm about to
You sound like
go.
you're
Man, I'm
about
about
to
to
fall out. Yeah.
Here, go get off here.
yeah, go get off
My
here.
son doing it,
What's not doing it?
and said break.
You know, I said, great.
He still got the care
He
package.
still got
I
the care
ordered some stuff for
I'll
you.
order some stuff
Or
for you.
I ain't sending
I
you.
ain't sending.
No, for sure.
Yeah,
We gotta talk in private. I got some things, to discuss, personal that I kind of dealing with right now. So
yeah,
so you can understand where I'm coming from, because I can't really say I'm on air right now. But you know what I mean?
yeah. I feel you.
See,
Like I said, you can hit me up. For a minute at the office.
we're in the
I don't be
office.
doing nothing.
Nothing.
Get ready to get
You
paid.
did?
To get paid.
Right.
When they're
All
Friday,
right,
Friday. But
I'm sorry.
we out.
What
We
did
out.
you like?
Triple Cup. We're gonna be on the World Fight Pass this week.
That's right. He
And
got muted. He started playing. He got off.
yeah, so we out.
Yeah, we got.
Xbox is the best box.
That's right. You know.